What's going on, geeks and gamers? We're here. We're live. I know we're a little bit late, but that's just the expectation at this point. Blame Lethal. He's from Australia. But we got some things to talk about. We've got some Last of Us news, and you know we love Naughty Dog here. We love talking about the Last of Us news. That and Pedro Pascal, another one of our buddies. But before we get into all of this shit, let's introduce everybody. Lethal, how you doing? I like that picture, by the way.
It seems very appropriate. I was also considering going with a unicorn that didn't exist, but I decided to keep it classy for tonight.
There you go. Nice. Thank you, Lethal, as always. Yeah, that's so offensive. I can't believe these cultists. They make Zach look like Jesus. Yeah.
Heresy.
Andy here. Yeah, Andy here.
Andy here.
Mark the Cyborg with a little puppy. How are you doing?
Yeah. I'm doing good. Got a puppy. How can it be bad? Yeah, actually, 2 days ago, I snowboarded down a hill for the first time with one leg, and I suck now, but I didn't fall, so still better than a lot of people's first time ever snowboarding. But
nice.
It was somewhat disappointing because I used to be like a really strong snowboarder, and it's a little weird when you only have one leg.
So you basically lost a bunch of Canadian cred. That's basically what that is.
Well, I mean, I was still have like the records that I was captain of my high school snowboard team. So like, if anyone wants to be like, "Oh, were you ever good at snowboarding?" I'd be like, "Look at my yearbook."
The fact that you said snowboarding team shows me that Canada, although you're right next to us, is nothing like America.
It was more than
it is truly a foreign
my
country.
School did not have a lot of sports teams. It was a small arts school, so we had a snowboard team, a golf team, I think a volleyball team. That was probably our most like sport team. And the only basketball team we had was intramural, and we didn't have anything resembling a field, so there was no like soccer or football or anything like that.
Jeez, how do you live?
Yeah.
Downtown Toronto.
That's why they paint blackface around there.
Just for something to do. Yeah.
That was in downtown Toronto. And also,
fight moose.
It was actually Justin Trudeau just wanted to feel like an athlete. I believe that's what that was all about. But speaking of athletes, Uche, the observant lineman, Waneri. What's up, Uche?
What's going on, everybody? Ready to get into it?
Uche just revealed before we came on, Uche revealed that he is one of the people that bought like the collector's edition of Anthem and is still waiting for it to be fixed.
Oh, they got me, dude. They got me.
That sucks. We are going to talk about Anthem because EA is basically going to decide their fate really, really soon. And I don't think it's going to be good if you've been one of those people that believe that Anthem would get fixed. And of course, I guess we have to introduce Jeremy. What's up, Jeremy?
I'm here, and I'm ready to talk about casting for Last of Us Part 2. It's just The Last of Us, but fuck Naughty Dog either way. And again, I look forward to Scott Steiner being cast as Abby. I can't wait. I want to see Scott Steiner, Big Papa Pump with a golf club. It's going to be great. Looking forward.
Jeremy Piven.
That's right.
Well, and that's, I made a video about it late last night because we got so caught up in the Gina Carano stuff that I kind of didn't make a video as soon as I should have for that. But yeah, the title is basically Naughty Dog's not done cucking Joel, because we know that's how Pedro's going to play it. Pedro's a man who, God, you can't be a dude who's like an actual masculine role model. No, unless he's behind a mask. So it's going to be Pedro, more cuckery of Joel. Can't wait. We do have a couple super chats to get to. Chris Arcella, hail panel. Jeremy, you get Super Mario 3D World yet? I got it the other night. Been playing. It's so damn good.
Got it right here. I have not started on it yet, but for premium content, we don't have a time set up. You have Ryan, Krista, and I, and we'll probably get one other. We're gonna do some co-op, and it's going to be awesome. So I do think it's going to be a lot of fun with this 3D Mario World to have 4 players. It's going to be chaos. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of cussing. Ryan's going to be like, "Where the fuck is Krista?" Krista's like, "Oh, look, it's so pretty." It's going to be crazy. So I'm looking forward to it. So,
yeah, we're going to be all fucking bubbled up or whatever, and we're just like, Krista, just pop a bubble. Don't make that. Just pop a fucking bubble.
Sprinkles.
And, that's how I anticipate this happening.
Yeah. So we will get that set up sometime next week, and we'll be playing that for premium members on geeksgamers.com. By the way, for the website, yesterday we had an issue. It was completely my fault with our payment processing on the website. We did get that corrected, but my team told me that there were about 20 orders that got caught up. And so if you had issues with that, or if you were trying to become a premium member and you had issues with that, my apologies. You can go now. You shouldn't have any issues. But that was 100% my fault, but we did get it fixed. So my apologies.
Nice. Yeah, so we are going to definitely be playing some of that. Michael Strelitz for £5, 8 minutes now before on.
Maybe it's because we're late. Maybe
8 mins now before on. I don't know what that means, but I assume you're accusing us of being late. But that's just the way it is. Thank you, Michael. Geeky Pixie for 5. Hey, my favorite groups of gamers, and to the awesome chat. Hashtag Abby Smash Pedro. And good morning. It's a happy day. Yeah, it is indeed. It is indeed.
And Sam Criddle, I see your comment, and yes, I did see that yours was one of the ones that didn't get processed. So thank you for following up, and thank you for supporting us over there. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thank you guys, all of you. Roger Haynes, super sticker, thumbs up. Thank you. Gaming or what for 5. Jeremy, when are you going to make hats for the G&G store?
We should have. Do we not have hats? Teespring has been so. Yeah, there were hats, but we need to double check on that. Ryan's shilling his bullshit.
These are custom though.
Ryan has I mean, we do have custom Geeks and Gamers hats that I would like to send out a lot of merch to our premium members of our leftover merch we have. I might have to work something out on the forums about that.
I could get these made cheaper. I'd do some kind of store, but they're just.
That represents Ryan's Snyder Cut channel.
Hell yeah.
So he's got a Snyder Cut channel now.
Yeah.
So
I do. It's just called my second channel where I had a couple of videos blow up on. So that's it.
Ryan gets more views on his Snyder Cut channel than his regular channel. That's like we get more views on Sports Wars than the main channel. It's just how it works on YouTube. The smaller channels get more views. It's so stupid.
That's true. But yeah, we'll get a plan coming soon, gaming or what. Crowfu for $50 and says something. All right, for $50, Crowfu says, funny how now that Ellen Page pretending to be a man, she won't even be able to play adult Ellie like many expected. Even if the show's good, my pirate hat will be nice and warm. I refuse to support any company that puts politics before its fan base. I don't think there's no way I'm supporting The Last of Us show. Like, it is going to be a trash fire. It's going to be a dumpster fire. We're going to talk about these castings, what we're about to hop into right now. And yeah, I don't think that Elliot Page is going to be maybe many people's pick to play Ellie anymore. Shockingly, I don't know what happened. I remember back in the day that was all the talk.
That shit is crazy. Elliot Page. I mean, I guess it's easy. That's an easy way to switch it.
Look, my idea was this with the Last of Us show. They should go full like Eddie Murphy, Nutty Professor, and just let Elliot play the role of Ellie and Joel at this point, and just use because like why not?
Put some prosthetics on her face.
Yeah.
Give a nice little.
Go ahead and let Elliot play Abby too. Fuck it. Let's change the game here. But
that's actually a really good point.
Yeah. Fuck it. Let's do it.
And, after that $50 super chat, we might as well just hop right into it, guys, and talk about this casting. There it is. There's your Ellie.
Wow. That looks way different than I was thinking it was going to be.
Yeah.
Woo.
Now let's keep in mind, this actress is, how old is this actress?
Isn't this is the girl from Game of Thrones, correct?
Yeah.
How old is she?
Breakout star Bella Ramsey. Are we going to look to see if she's over 18 before we can make fun of her? Is that what we're doing? Hold on. All right.
She's not over 18.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I mean, we all play Call of Duty.
17. All right. Yeah. She's 17 years old.
Oh, really? I thought she was like 13.
No.
I mean, it's legal in like 32 states, I think.
Yeah.
No, oh, God. Well, so we got to wait till September before we can say anything, I guess.
I don't like this casting at all. I'll just say that it doesn't resemble Ellie in my opinion, and it just, again, that is a fan made poster that we were looking at, correct?
The poster looks probably better than the actual show.
Yeah. Some of the comments in the chat.
Yeah, it's just
guys, I wasn't.
It just doesn't look like a mat. Like, it's not close enough for it to be
No.
off, and you still accept it. Like we've all seen like, you know, adaptations that where the characters kind of look like them, but you know, not perfect, but they're like 80% there. This is like 15%.
Yeah, this
For me, honestly, the bigger problem isn't so much the physical resemblance as I don't know that either of those actors are like right for the role. Like, I mean, granted, Pedro Pascal is a pretty good actor. Like he's
a good actor.
Pedro
He's done a lot of
Pascal
different
could, like
things.
they can stretch it and make it work for him, I think. But
I'll say as far as Pedro goes, at the end of the day, like I didn't like Wonder Woman 1984. I thought he was the best part of it, and I think I actually think he's not clearly not my first choice, even my second or third choice for Joel, but Pedro can actually pull this role off, I think, very well.
I'd have him in my top 5 if I was like just off the top of my head. I was thinking more like Josh Brolin, but he might be a little too old now.
Expensive.
Yeah.
And he is going to be like, that's like a,
would Josh
maybe
Brolin
like a $15 million chip.
Would
right
Josh
there.
Brolin pull more than Pedro at this point?
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Oh yeah,
He played
dude.
Fenton.
No Country for Old Men.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah.
He's been in
that said it.
Oscar-nominated
No,
movies.
dude, I'm a huge Brolin fan. I'm just saying, I feel like Pedro is kind of like Pedro's
the
Hollywood's
now guy.
favorite guy.
He's the
Pedro's
guy. He's the guy now.
Look,
Yeah.
Pedro's getting a lot of work, but his work is like The Mandalorian and Wonder Woman 1984.
Yes.
Like his probably most
both
critically
of both
acclaimed
of which
role
were
was
critically
Narcos,
acclaimed.
and-
Narcos.
yeah, I mean critically acclaimed, but they're also still like TV or like comic book movie villain, and like Thanos isn't the same thing as the villain in Wonder Woman 1984. Like
I mean,
Marvel picked their like,
Josh Brolin as Thanos is like that's Thanos, right? Because Josh Brolin really made it Thanos. That's his acting.
I just think
Pedro. I mean, only because in Hollywood right now, everything is going to streaming service. Like this, you can see the transition and the evolution of the industry right now. So him being on The Mandalorian isn't a chip against him. It's really not, because that's really like who's making the most bank right now in the movie industry.
no,
Disney.
and like I mean again,
that's what it should have been right there. My boy from Down Under.
Now that would be my number one. That would be my number one.
way
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
expensive too. Like I mean, I just think like ultimately, like let's say, like for sake of argument, the pandemic isn't a thing anymore, and like movie theaters are open. I don't think people are going to see a movie just because Pedro Pascal's in it. I don't even think people are necessarily going to see a movie just because Josh Brolin's in it. But I think Josh Brolin is a bigger like marquee name. And Hugh Jackman is absolutely like people will go see a Hugh Jackman movie just because he's in it. So I think he'd be way more expensive. Granted,
I don't think Last of Us.
charging.
I don't think Last of Us is a movie. Like it can't be a movie. I don't
No,
think you can put
it's
it in
it's a
theater.
show.
It's gotta be. No, I'm just saying, like on the scale of it, before they announce it as a show. If you ask me whether it should be a show or a movie, I would say it should be a show. Like I never saw this as a thing that could be like a feature film.
I always said that I think if they did try, because they were talking about adapting it into a show for a while, and this was before Last of Us 2, and back when I would have considered myself a pretty big Last of Us fan, is I think the biggest mistake they're making is just telling the story of Joel and Ellie. Like they should just take that universe and tell some new stories. I think, like
especially considering what we all know happened. That's the biggest thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like the one of the reasons like that. I don't know how many people would be interested in like playing Joel of those guys, like because they have destroyed what he was. Like they turned him into this very gruff, very masculine dude who very reluctantly kind of like it's kind of like fucking what we saw in Logan, honestly. Which is why that comparison sounds so good, right? Somebody who very reluctantly is kind of becoming this father figure and like taking responsibility for this person, to a dude who just got absolutely embarrassed, made to look like a fucking idiot because that's what Neil Druckmann wanted to do to that male character in his show, and that's what he wanted to give to Abby. And I don't know how many people are interested in playing a character that ends that way as the basically the wrong end of the 7-iron.
Do you think they might write that? Do you think they could possibly write that out because of wanting to keep that star power in the show?
They might write it out,
dude. It's Neil Druckmann.
Yeah, he's not going to have no creative control over that.
Yes,
Yeah, he's got
Yeah, it
full
is.
creative.
Does he?
Yeah,
he has
it's
full
him,
control.
him and
Full
Craig
creative
Mazin.
control?
I
him
really
and
don't
Craig
think it's
Mazin.
full, guys. Like,
Well,
I
no.
don't think Neil Druckmann's that powerful.
Dude,
in
Hollywood,
Nobody
they're not
fucking
giving a
says
game
full, Mark.
producer. They're not going to give a
Mazin.
game producer fucking control over maybe $150 million TV show. I doubt HBO will do that.
He's
So
gonna
Craig
have
Mazin,
inputs, but
Craig Mazin, and Neil Druckmann are together making this show for HBO. They're
Neil
together
Druckmann
doing
did
this.
Neil Druckmann did get a promotion at Naughty Dog after
Yes,
The Last of Us
they
2.
own those characters, yeah.
So
I think HBO is going to be pulling more strings than Neil.
Yeah,
will in
HBO is going to,
this.
because HBO is going to want it to be what? Probably like 2 or 3, at least 3 seasons. They're like, where's the star power once he's gone?
They're not
It'll
gonna
just be
tell,
The
like,
Walking Dead.
It's just gonna be in between shit. Like it's not gonna be like.
Okay,
I
it's
think
going
what
to
they're
end
gonna
with.
do
It's probably
is
going to end before they get to that point. maybe.
correct. They're just gonna tell the story of like Ellie and Joel after we see that last scene in Last of Us. That's what I think. That's what makes sense to me. They got 5 years of time they can just fuck around.
I'll be honest, I'm not interested.
Oh, me neither, because
Yeah.
they've destroyed the universe. That's
Not
the
interested.
problem.
And you know, we talk about these actors, like, just kind of go back to what you were talking about, Ryan. I don't think Josh Brolin or what's his name? Wolverine.
Hugh
Hugh
Jackman.
Jackman.
Hugh Jackman. I don't think they would take the role anyway. I don't think, like, Hugh Jackman's already done that. He's already done that. He wouldn't take it.
He was way beyond this.
Yeah,
Way fucking
this
beyond.
motherfucker's so up there. He said, "I'm going back to fucking the stage. I'm gonna go back and do some damn opera shit or."
They used to do ballet.
When is this show scheduled to release?
No one has any idea. It's a while. They've
Probably
already
be
had
like the end of next year, probably.
They've already had a big change. Like a director left the project, and they brought another one on. I honestly think, listen, there is just, if this would have been done before Last of Us 2, this would be a way bigger deal. But the bottom line is, you had Last of Us, which sold 20 million copies across 2 consoles, and then you have The Last of Us Part 2, which we still haven't got any other updates other than that 4 million, have we? Still waiting to hear. You know, like Ghost of Tsushima, they announced when they hit 5 million, make a big deal about it, but nothing for The Last of Us 2, shockingly. It's very strange, isn't it?
Yep.
Because
That's
they're
a fucking
embarrassed.
show I'd like to see. Ghost of Tsushima. That would be a dope show. Feudal Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't even get the guy that voiced Jin to play Jin. He looks basically like him anyway.
I don't know if it's just me being cynical about like video game adaptations, but for the most part, I don't get excited about the announcement of any of them. Like now the Metal Gear Solid movie. Well, I mean, but like, did I really care when Sonic got announced?
I don't care about that, yeah.
Like
Sonic 2, that shit's gonna be hot.
Well, I mean,
I'm a Sega guy.
I'll see
I'm a
it,
Sega
but
guy.
like,
Fuck y'all.
it's I don't know, but like, I'm a Metal Gear Solid guy. Like, I have a Peace Walker tattoo on my arm. There's a big Metal Gear Solid 3 poster, like wall scroll thing behind me. That's Gray Fox right there. Like, I'm surrounded by Metal Gear shit. Honestly, when the movie comes out, I'll probably see it at some point, but I don't really care, because to me that's a video game franchise and they're really good video games, but I don't necessarily need to see the same story done half-assed as a movie. And I don't mean half-assed like that, because the director, especially of Metal Gear, seems like he's very, very passionate about the series. I don't think he's going to half-ass it. I just think that there's only so well that you can adapt the story of Metal Gear Solid 1 into a 2-hour-long movie that has no codec conversations, no like extra lore that you can dig into, no cool gameplay thing, because you're not playing a game. You can't just all of a sudden decide.
They can bring those aspects. They can bring those aspects into a movie.
Like they can't make it so that the controller is vibrating in your hands as someone's having a heart attack. They can't give you things like saying you got to call. They can't do things like you got to call Meryl. Her codec frequency is on the back of the CD case, and then you have to actually go to your physical.
Obviously,
CD
though.
But like that's what I mean. There's all that stuff that make Metal Gear interesting, and you can't do that just in a movie.
Really?
So no,
just
you
those.
can't.
Like I feel like
it's
Metal
not
Gear's
just those,
strength was more in the lore. I think the lore. If you can get the lore and a competent story together, then it's fine. I would actually prefer if they went into lore that we haven't that hasn't really been explored. Go even earlier maybe into the Metal Gear universe.
Sure, but that's not what they're doing. They're adapting Metal Gear Solid 1 into a movie, and that's like, I mean, like, I'll see it, and if it's good, I'll talk about how awesome it was. But at the same time, I'm not really excited for it because I don't really feel like I need it.
The problem with video game adaptations, and often a lot of different adaptations, are for the really big fans. Sometimes if those characters aren't the way that it was, if you're trying to adapt this certain story, if they change it, people might not be happy about the way you changed it. But at the same time, you need to have those characters to bring people and fans in. When in reality, for a lot of us, we might want to just see a story set in that universe. That's not going to pull the same attention that it's going to when you have these characters that are beloved by people and recognized by people.
Well, I know what Mark's saying, though. Like, even with the Sonic movie, like, I wasn't excited when it was announced.
No.
You know what I mean? I don't
think anybody was.
Yeah, I only gave a fuck because of what they did. They listened to fans.
Right,
that's
right.
Yeah,
That's
what got me interested.
I think that was a tactic. I think they fucking actually strategically did that because they gave themselves buzz on both sides of it, dude.
Nah, they responded the right way, but I don't think that was intentional.
It'd be
If
it wasn't intentional, I'd put that in my back pocket.
For
another franchise.
I feel like someone at Lucasfilm firing Gina Carano as a 4D chess move to actually get her hired back. Like the most recent.
Did somebody say that?
Yeah, like the most recent retarded rumor from certain YouTubers. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, I know who you're talking about. Wow. Yeah, I saw that and I was like, what? Rehire?
Yeah.
I ain't never heard of that.
But like outside of like Nintendo properties, there's only like a couple of franchises I would be absolutely excited for if I heard, and that's like Halo movie or Half-Life movie. You know what I mean? But even then, it's just like you go, really? Like the problem with these people that are making these game adaptations is a lot of them don't really understand the gaming background or the aspect of it. They're just coming in to put a Hollywood spin on it.
They feel like they know better. That's the problem.
Yeah, but like, so a movie that honestly, and Mark can probably speak better to this than me or someone else here, but like Warcraft, I actually as a non-Warcraft player, I actually found a lot of enjoyment in that movie. But apparently, it made hardcore Warcraft fans at least somewhat happy.
Yeah, because they really did work hard to get a lot of the lore right. They didn't get everything right, but again, I think that's it's kind of the nature of adaptation.
That's like a niche film,
but
it's more niche.
I think that it was just kind of a strange movie to watch. But I do know a lot of Warcraft fans that actually really loved it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it as a non player of the game.
Halo's the one that I could see really working. I don't think a Half-Life movie is a good idea at all. I don't think there's any chance in hell that they'd be able to.
It'll never
out of there.
It'll never happen, but I
couldn't
would
put a good story
together
for that.
The only way they'd be able to do it is if they make it like hardcore Henry, but like less zany. Like if it's just if it's actually like POV the entire time and like the main character never talks.
No, man, we gotta get Bryan Cranston in as
Gordon Freeman. Yeah, I don't know. Like I mean, at like a certain point, I'm like, okay, so are we just gonna see him like doing the experiment at Black Mesa, and then like what? Because nothing really happens during the first Half-Life game story-wise. Like it's mostly about the situation you're in and moving through it, and it's presented in a really interesting way. But I don't know that would translate well to a movie. Like I think if you boil it down to just like what happens in Half-Life, an experiment goes wrong. Some military, I guess they're Marines, but invade the base, and you think that they're going to help you and kill these aliens, but they end up being the enemies as well. And then you have to kind of make your way out of the base and survive. And that's pretty much all that happens. You eventually go to the alien planet. And that's it.
After oh, go ahead, bro.
Like I say, a lot of this stuff does have potential. Like the idea of they are doing a Fallout show. Like the idea of that can be done really well.
Yeah.
I think a Halo movie or show could be done really well. I would be pretty excited if they did like a animated Kingdom Hearts show or something like that. What about a Mass Effect show? That could be brilliant. I think the problem is we just haven't.
I don't even think they've been
Miranda butt shots and everything, man.
They haven't even made a good Mass Effect game in like a long time, so I don't.
There is no Mass Effect game after the third one.
Yeah.
A lot of these franchises do have the potential to be really good on screen. Just there's a lot of other issues going on with them as well.
I guess the issue where I see is a lot of people that don't play video games or that are like casual gamers seem to think that a series like isn't real until it has like a movie based on it. And I'm kind of just like, well, I mean, what if the goal isn't getting a franchise popular enough to make a movie? What if the goal is just like to make a good video game? Like that's sort of more what I'm on board with. Like again, not that I won't watch a show, but it never feels to me like it never felt to me like the Resident Evil movie was really the real Resident Evil, or like the Mortal Kombat movies were the real Mortal Kombat. The real version of those products has always been the games, and the movies are just kind of like fan service.
The first
nice
Mortal
things.
Kombat was fucking hot.
But
Yeah, I mean, I liked it, but
I went
it
to the
still
theater to
seemed
watch
me
that
like,
shit, and I was hyped off that shit.
It still seemed to me like a version of the Mortal Kombat story, and not the Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
story,
but you
right?
shouldn't expect that when you go watch a movie that's adapting a video game. I don't think you should expect it to be the movie. It's going to be it's like a parallel universe. It's not. It's like there, but there's going to be differences.
I honestly think that the best way to do it, the way that would be most exciting to me, is if you set a movie in a video game's universe and it actually was like canon.
Ready
like part of the
Player
lore.
One?
But no, Ready Player One.
No, it means like it's part of the
But
same
I mean,
story.
like if
It
it's a
also
Halo,
means like a
if-
good movie.
Oh, you continue it into
well,
a game. is what you
actually,
mean.
they did make a Halo movie like this. Halo Forward Unto Dawn. Has anyone ever seen that?
I have not.
Okay, so it's actually pretty good. It's not great, but it's all right for like a low budget kind of thing they did just before Halo 4 came out, and it is just a story about Latsky, who's like the I guess the captain of the Infinity in Halo 4, and it's kind of a story about him in like basic training in a situation where the Covenant attacks and then Master Chief shows up and saves him. And then if you see Master Chief interacting with Lasky in the game, you know why Lasky respects him so much, because Master Chief saved his life if you watch that movie. And I like that. I like if a movie is just like a piece of the overall story, but not trying to just be
trying to
like, here's the
retell it.
video game again, but with real people. I'm
But
like,
they actually did that one really well, because the first thing in that was the part in Halo 4 when they discover Chief and they go, we've identified him as Chief, and like the whole thing's a flashback. Well, Latsky's like, yeah, I love that guy because he saved me.
yeah.
They actually did that pretty well.
We got 1,100 people here. Everybody, thank you for joining us. Smash that melee button, like the video, share this out on social media. Thank you guys. You're awesome, and this show just keeps getting bigger every week. So thank you.
That's right. And I guess we'll kind of wrap it up. I will say that The Last of Us TV show, I don't have any faith in it because it is Neil Druckmann and it is Naughty Dog involved. It's characters that we have already seen absolutely fucking destroyed. We saw Ellie go on a murderous rampage, fucking hundreds of people killed, only at the end to be like, nah, you good, fam, and forgive someone. So I think that like the interest for a lot of people in this franchise is probably dead. Although I do think that the more we see these announcements for streaming services doing adaptations or whatever of video games, like Fallout show, an Assassin's Creed show, that is the way which they should be told, and not movies, where you can actually get long form storytelling, because that's what video games are. They're long form storytelling.
Also, Fallout and Assassin's Creed have the advantage of really easily lending themselves to just original stories told in that universe.
Yeah,
like if
the length of time.
What is like the Fallout story? I mean, like Fallout 3 has a main story, Fallout 4 has a main story, and the originals one I'm sure do too, though I haven't played them in all fairness. But like, I think ultimately when people think Fallout, they're just kind of thinking about the universe. Like,
wait, you haven't played the original Fallout?
Fallout 1 and 2?
Yeah.
No, I'm not really a big CRPG guy. I actually talked about that in my Baldur's Gate review. Though I did really like Baldur's Gate 3, so maybe I do like CRPGs. I just haven't really played.
That's shocking to me. You know, you can get them on PC.
I have them. I just haven't played them.
Oh, that's like Jeremy.
In 30 seconds, Mark, give us a quick recap of what your next video is going to be here on Geeks and Gamers.
I am doing a big history of a franchise on Quake. So I cover all of the Quake games. It's a 36-minute long video, and I worked very, very hard on it. Please watch it, everybody. And also,
long stroke, long
play Quake. Quake's really good, and I try to make the case in this video as to why.
Mark's doing his best at being a longman.
Yeah. I'm still like 10% of a Mauler length video, though.
Mark does a fantastic job. Makes the best videos at Geeks and Gamers. So
that's right. Jeremy turns on the camera and fucking yells about something on Twitter. Gets 100 times the views, but Mark makes actual good content.
He does.
Sleepy Panda for 229 euros. Take my Disney Plus fee. Keep up the good work, guys. Thank you, Sleepy Panda. Appreciate that. Batman Superman for £2 says Mel Gibson was right. I believe you're probably talking something about Passion of the Christ, if I had to assume. It's the only thing I can imagine. Callista Hobbs, thank you for the super chat, Batman Superman. Callista Hobbs for $5. I'd rather have Josh Brolin or Hugh Jackman play Joel over Pedro. Hugh and Josh greater than Pedro. I think a lot of people agree with you, Callista.
Yes.
In a perfect world, Hugh. In a perfect world, it'd be Hugh.
But
a lot of people have said Anson Mount.
Well, in a perfect world, we wouldn't have The Last of Us Part 2, and then we could get, and then we would have Hugh Jackman as Joel in the show.
Well, a lot of people have said Anson Mount from Game of Thrones.
Who's he?
Yeah, who's that?
Nikolai Coster-Waldau is Game of Thrones. Anson Mount is from Hell on Wheels.
Sorry, Hell on Wheels. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, okay. Nicholas, what's his last name?
Coster-Waldau?
Coster-Waldau. Yeah.
Didn't Darkside Droid send that earlier?
Nikolaj.
I don't know.
Not Nicholas. He's got a difficult name.
I think Darkside Droid sent that as a super chat earlier.
We got a lot of super chats to catch up with. Oh, here it is. Yeah, Anson Mount from Hell on Wheels is 1,000% Joel from Darkside Droids. Yeah, Anson Mount is good. What's his name? Yeah, exactly, from Game of Thrones, who plays the fucking brother.
Jamie Lannister.
Jamie Lannister is
Nikolaj Coster-Waldau, I believe.
I can't say that. I'll never be able to say that.
Jamie from Game of Thrones.
Okay, that's all you need to say. Jamie from Game of Thrones.
Joel Reese says, just say Nick Waldau. People will get it.
Taker 610 for $2. Enemy Fashion, The Last of Us 2 show will wear red hats.
What?
What? I don't get it.
I get it.
He said that the enemy
like MAGA hats.
There'll be MAGA hats. Those will be all the bad people.
Yeah, if you didn't tell me that,
had to do it. You asked.
I wouldn't have figured that out.
Subtle jab at Nintendo.
Yeah, he's actually talking about Mario.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because it's one of the things when Last of Us 2, like, first rumors we heard about it was like this super uber religious cult were going to be the enemies, and that ended up being true. It ended up kind of getting forgot about, at the end of the day. But yeah, Florence Pugh would be perfect to play Abby.
Oh, I don't think so at all. She's like very feminine and attractive. She was from Midsummer, and she's in the Black Widow movie also. She's like Black Widow's sister.
Oh yeah,
I don't think she'd be a good choice for Abby in the
Don't do that to her.
Way too hot.
But thank you, Mike Hill, for the $10 super chat. Yeah, you want somebody that you actually want them to just be absolutely destroyed every time you see them, and that's not attractive in any way, shape, or form. That's who needs to play Abby.
Yeah.
Blue-Eyed Scorpio for $5. They're going to cast Hafthor Bjornsson, the Mountain, as Abby, sticking to the Game of Thrones hierarchy.
That's better casting.
That is good casting. This show's such a fucking meme at this point. It's all it is. It's all it is.
Geeky Pixie for $2. They looked like cosplayers at a convention. Well, that was a fan That was a fan poster that we made, or not that we made, that we showed.
We made.
Yeah.
Perry Chan.
Yeah.
ABC.
Strike!
Taker 610 for $2. The first show where you want the protagonist to die, basically. Crow Fu for $5. Hugh Jackman is Joel. Kurt Cobain is Tommy. And
that would be a tough one to get.
Well,
this is the joke I make that leveled everybody. Kurt Cobain,
yeah. And the diversity cast is Tiger Woods as Abby. Thank you, Crowfu.
There's only one answer for that should be Tommy. Like, if you're actually like legit casting, it's the guy played Sawyer in Lost. That guy.
Josh. It's Josh something.
Yeah, but that guy.
I like that guy too. No, yeah, he was. Sawyer was kind of the secondary lead. The other one.
Yeah, because Jack was
Josh Holloway.
Josh Holloway. Yeah, yeah.
He'd be better as Joel.
He actually would be a great Joel. He actually would. Yeah, I mean, anybody would be better than what we have in terms of. I think Pedro's good like he can be a good actor, but the casting is wrong. But yeah, Josh Holloway would actually make a better Joel, far better Joel. But I think Tommy, he just looks like Tommy. He's got that look.
Josh Holloway very much has that like Southern, like kind of backwoods type of draw that he could do really easily. And I
kind of wonder how, what's the girl's
he'd be
name?
awesome.
The girl playing Ellie, I wonder how
Bella Ramsey.
Yeah, I wonder how she'll do with an American accent, or if they're just going to make Ellie British.
And do you remember Sansa Stark playing?
My question is what they're going to do with her jaw. That's my real question. But what do you say, Lethal?
Sansa Stark playing Jean Grey, her fucking American accent in that. It's like the most British thing you ever heard in your life.
I kind of don't remember. I didn't watch Dark
I want to know
Phoenix.
what
I did watch Apocalypse, but I don't really remember anything about Apocalypse other than Quicksilver saving the people from the mansion, which wasn't Apocalypse, right? Am I remembering that wrong?
Yeah, something in the comments, but you can't read it.
Oh, God. I did see this one from Disease. I'm sorry, but I've been in lockdown so long, I'd fuck Abby at this point.
I fucking love you in the comments. I'm not repeating that shit, but god damn it was so funny. Okay, I'm sorry. I hate trying to take distraction away from things you can't talk about on YouTube. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, now I want to know what the comment was.
Yeah, I know. Martin Vinstead for 20 says Elliot Page need to grow a beard and play Joel. There you go. Crowfu for 5. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that, like, because I didn't want to like step on the joke people were making about Elliot Page, but Elliot Page did. I think I don't know if he tried to sue Sony over Ellie's likeness originally, but there was some tension between Naughty Dog and formerly Ellen Page. At the time, it was Ellen Page. Now Elliot Page. And so I don't think he would be up for playing Ellie, even if they asked.
Even if they asked him. Yeah,
it's so confusing.
The pronouns are tough.
Like I'm doing my best.
I know you're Canadian. Crowfu for 5. Josh Brolin should have been Nick Fury instead of Thanos.
Oh,
I mean, like
I get that.
Not instead of Thanos, but like if we had known he was going to play Thanos, it'd be a decent.
Yeah, but I think right now you cannot question those two casting choices. I think they're both phenomenal, like phenomenal.
I think more people will see Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury than like an image of the comic book character Nick Fury at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And,
well, yeah.
But he did really well with it. I liked Samuel Jackson in that role quite a bit.
Darkside Droids for $2. Anthem out from Hell on Wheels, 1000% Joel. Thank you, Darkside Droids. Andy from the UK for £5. Hey guys, can I have your opinion? I would like to support Gina and also donate to our rescue. Do you think people would like Gina t-shirts?
Absolutely. I mean,
there's a lot of people out there who have been making Gina shirts and stuff. Some of them for their own store, some of them for like to donate stuff. So yeah, I think people would like it.
Yeah, maybe hit up Drunk 3PO on Twitter, get his take on that. And by the way, again, we talked about Friday Night Tyson. I do want to give another shout out. Drunk 3PO, the Geeks and Gamers team. You know, we did a fundraiser over on his channel in a few hours, raised $43,000 in a few hours to end human trafficking. Man, fucking
that's
awesome.
Crazy.
So
I made a comparison today in my video. Because you had like Matt Martin retweeting that remember that fund that they started? They started a fundraiser basically like to hate Gina Carano. It's like trans rights in Star Wars. Remember that charity? That it was basically just used to try to own Gina after people accused her of being transphobic, which is absolutely not the case. And you had all these big YouTubers promoting it. You had all these people at Lucasfilm promoting it. They've now just cracked $19,000 in the past 6 months. And Drunk 3PO does one stream and raises $43,000. Yeah. So that's the different communities we have going on here.
Hell yeah. That's awesome, man.
We're the evil ones.
Yeah. But it's good stuff.
And again, raising money for trans rights or whatever you want to do. I had nothing against that, but just it's fucking funny because they were trying to get money from the people who hate Gina, and shockingly, you couldn't capitalize off that because they don't have any money. So
it's good stuff though. Yeah. I was happy to be part of that. Happy that we keep doing stuff like that, and we'll keep doing it, man. So good on all of you.
Hell yeah.
Mr. X, Pedro's fate is being killed by a bodybuilder again. That's true. If only it could be as brutal as we saw in Game of Thrones.
It kind of was in the game, at least. Hey, he's just the guy loves getting his head caved in.
Tatsunami for 2. Uche, greetings from Switzerland.
What up? What up? What's going on? Across the pond and up there. How's Switzerland? I'm like, what do I say to somebody from Switzerland? Like, no, appreciate you for being on the stream, man.
I like your chocolate.
How very neutral of you.
Just like Switzerland.
Arisaka for 5. Save your time and money, peeps. Just watch the edited cutscenes from PS4 remastered on YouTube. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Arisaka. $5 from Rooftop Korean wasn't at the Capitol either. Terry Crews as Abby, and hopefully Abby is in season 1, episode 1, or Neil is a coward. Hopefully in filming, they swapped Terry's Oops Abby Golf Club for a real one. Geeky Pixie for 2. I'm shocked a Zelda movie was never made. Actually, Netflix just canceled a Zelda series or something that they had in the works.
Nintendo
and everything that Nintendo had planned. They had a bunch of stuff planned at Netflix, and someone leaked something, and they said, "Fuck you, we're done."
Nintendo don't fuck around with that stuff, man.
That's a cultural thing too.
They do not fuck around.
They had they had a Star Fox thing in the works that I would have fucking loved that.
What kills me is what can you leak about Zelda that would really matter all that much? Like, there's almost no story in the Zelda games. Like,
it's more so just the project. It's more so the project. The leak. I mean, again, Nintendo's a weird company, and that weirdness gives them a lot of there's a lot of positives and a lot of negatives that comes with that. But they are different. It's a different breed, man.
They play by their own rules. Like, Nintendo does not have to do anything. They don't need you at all.
Yeah.
Like, as far as like doing partnerships with companies.
Yeah, I think someone leaked Pedro Pascal was cast as Link. A lot of people upset. So,
but yeah, I mean, if you get think about what's his name, Orlando Bloom back in the Lord of the Rings days, cast as Link. Like, it's just perfect, Like,
it looked like Link. Kind of.
Yeah, it did. He looked just like Link. And
I'm having trouble not picturing Elliot Page as Link now.
It's true.
Like, I'm not even really kidding.
Brie Larson as Zelda and Samus. Joe Musashi for 5. Speaking of video game movies, any of you guys looking forward to the new Mortal Kombat reboot movie on HBO Max in April?
For one particular reason. It's filmed where I live. It's filmed where I live, and that is a huge deal here because fucking nothing gets filmed here, man. I worked next to a guy who was an extra on the set, and he showed me some photos on his phone that he wasn't supposed to show me, and what I saw looked pretty cool, but there was no context to it.
I mean, again, like, kind of the same thing I was talking about other video games before. I think it's kind of neat that his name slipped in my mind. The guy who directed Aquaman and the Saw movies.
James Wan.
James Wan. James Wan's involved in it. I think the idea of having like a horror guy being like a creative lead on a Mortal Kombat movie is a pretty good idea. But like apparently it's the guy who wrote Wonder Woman 1984 that's writing it, and like I don't know. Like, again, like do I need to see another Mortal Kombat movie? Like, ultimately it's like, if it's good, I
didn't know Jeff Johns is working on Mortal Kombat.
Is he?
No.
Warner Brothers owns Mortal Kombat, so that they have like the crossover.
Can we mention the fact that Uche is making some major waves on Twitter with some WB people?
Yeah,
I thought we weren't supposed to talk about.
We're not supposed to. We can't say too much.
Can't say too much. Let's just say Uche.
Uche tweeted out about basically what a badass like Darkseid looks in Zack Snyder's Justice League, and the fact that people like Jeff Johns are the reason it got shut down and Warner Brothers listened to him. and what a fucking mistake that was. And that got a lot of attention from some pretty important people.
Uche flexing that blue check mark right now.
Got my own little mob now. I got like City of God. I got these little kids. Got a little mob running with me now. Talk shit. Get them.
That's a good movie. Everyone should watch City of God.
Oh God, that's good.
Crime movie.
Man,
one shot for
stuff.
5. I actually don't hate The Last of Us casting. Going to be very optimistic. Give the show a chance. I didn't hate the second game. We'll see. Yeah, I'm sure there are. Listen, we obviously talk a lot of shit about Last of Us 2. It was a very divisive game. The same way we talk about Last Jedi. So many people, especially a lot of the people in our circles, despised it. But at the same time, it does have its fans. Same with Last of Us Part 2. There are people that really enjoyed what happened with the game. So you're going to have those people. And for you, I hope it's good for you for sure.
And I think like all of us agree that you spend your money however the fuck you want, and you don't let anyone tell you else otherwise.
That's it. That's our stance.
If you want to buy the game, you want to buy the movie, you want Disney Plus, you want Netflix, whatever, it's your money. You do it. Don't let anyone tell you can and can't.
Damn right. That is the universal like geeks and gamers stance on this shit. Like we don't have this mob mentality. Like we tell you you can't spend your money. That spend your money on whatever the fuck you want. Support what you want. Vote for who you want to. Like what you want to fucking like. At the end of the day, we're all individuals, and the all we can do is just come together. And sometimes we're gonna have different opinions and different takes and support different things. Fuck them if they can't accept that.
Yep. Michael Strellis for 10 pounds doesn't say anything, but thank you for the super chat. Crow Fu for a 5. Look at animated trailers like League of Legends. They make a new animated story based off lore with cameos of famous characters. Could work. Yeah, I would have loved to see a SWOTOR animated, like the trailers that they did for Star Wars Old Republic. I would watch movies
if
like
they just
that.
gave the sequel trilogy budget to Blur and just said, "Hey, you know the CGI trailers you do for the Old Republic? Just make like feature length versions of that." And like everyone would have been so much happier.
Those are incredible.
I don't know why we don't get more stuff like this. Like those cinematic trailers for video games are absolutely incredible. You know, and those cutscenes, and I don't know why we don't get full length films like that.
You do
I think
for
it's really
Resident Evil.
expensive.
Like, I think actually while we were talking about movie adaptations earlier, there were people in the chat talking about the CGI Resident Evil movies, and that is basically what those are. They're
Remember the Final Fantasy
like,
one from back in the day?
Yeah, Advent Children.
Children. I was actually in an argument about that one on Twitter the other day. Apparently, some people really don't like it.
Wait, Mark in a Twitter
It
argument?
confused me when I watched it. I was just like, what is going
I
what's
don't know.
going on?
Like I would not make an argument for its objective quality as far as writing goes, but I thought it was a fun movie to watch. But the Resident Evil movies are similar. They're like just kind of silly, and sometimes they've got pretty good action. There's a pretty famous clip that's gone around though of Leon and Chris fighting a bunch of zombies in a hallway together, and Chris is fighting like the Punisher and Leon's fighting like John Wick, and it's a pretty badass scene. But I recommend it at the very least. YouTube searching that one, Leon and Chris fighting zombies in a hallway. You'll get it.
Yeah. All right. Brown Gaijin for 2. I would love to see a Tsushima TV drama from Japan. That's what Uche was saying earlier. That'd be dope.
That would actually be fucking awesome, man. That would be so good.
Omega 666 Evil for 5. Without Kojima, Metal Gear Solid movie will fail.
I don't know. I don't know that that's the case because the original. It's been so long since the original one came out that I don't necessarily think you need Hideo Kojima's input in order to adapt it. But if you were going to tell a new story in that universe, then I'd say doing it without Kojima might be a bad idea.
Michael Strauss for 5 pounds. YouTube does not let me send nothing wrong. Yeah. That's pretty true. That's pretty true, Michael. Thank you for the super chat. Mikey Gusler for 5. Remember when Peter Jackson was working on a Halo movie? What was the story going to be about? Do you guys think it will be good?
Was that the same one where a whole bunch of people walked into the studio meeting like to pitch the movie, and they were dressed as Spartans, and like the people there were just like, "What the fuck is this?" and completely paled on it?
Well, they were starting to make it. It was Neil Blomkamp that was supposed to direct it, and Peter Jackson was producing. And they even were like making props for it and everything, and did a couple live action trailers for Halo 3 and Halo ODST, I believe. and it eventually turned into District 9. Because if you watch the movie District 9, a lot of the weapons and stuff, like the sniper rifle in particular, is just the Halo sniper rifle. And so they basically took a bunch of those props, repainted them, wrote a new story, and then filmed District 9 for I think $30 million. And it made like $100 million in its first weekend. So
District 9
is a classic, dude.
It's so good. I love it so much. I actually have a trailer of that Peter Jackson Halo. Matter of fact, if my computer doesn't fuck up, but I do have a trailer for it.
It probably is the Halo 3.
No, it's just
Look at him.
Yeah, he gets it. They get joined by I've seen this video.
God damn! Look at these.
Now, is it just a coincidence that this is the song that Ellie plays in Last of Us 2 as well?
Yeah, that's right.
It would have been even funnier if he would have mushed that chick when he came through the door.
I think PewDiePie does a good version.
That would have been hilarious if he would have just been like,
Abby's gonna die. Fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch. That's pretty good.
oh man.
That's what my running gag. Anytime someone says, "Oh yeah, Doom Eternal didn't deserve Game of the Year," I'd be like, "Oh, would it have deserved Game of the Year if the Doom Slayer did an acoustic version of like Blue Monday or something like that?" You just pick a random like '80s pop song and then turn it into an acoustic ballad.
Mikey for $10. What are you guys' predictions on GTA 6? What I mean is, when do you think it'll be released? When will we get a trailer and will actually take place in Los Santos, Vice City, and Liberty City? I think that it's going to take
anytime soon.
Yeah,
I think it's going to take place in Vice City. I think we're going to have segments in Liberty City, and I think we're going to have a whole new place somewhere in South America or like the Caribbean kind of place where you're going to have a little bit of stuff going on. But they're in no rush. We talked about it last week that
GTA
they had
5
like
online so insane right now.
GTA 5 online had like its best year ever or something.
Yeah,
like they're making millions and millions of dollars by not doing anything.
Yeah, they're like, we don't even need to make one.
Yeah.
And like they're in no rush, and hopefully that's a good thing. In all honesty, like we all want it. We talk about this all the time. We're like, wow, we really want this. We really want this. But I think it's been proven, especially over the past several years, that if they take their time on it, if they don't feel rushed, that'll probably be a very good thing. So we'll
with
see.
Red Dead,
What do you think? What do you think
back.
about if they put it in like a different, I guess, country? Like that's where it was. Like I was thinking myself,
that'd be kind of cool.
All like I guess like industry politics shit aside, could you imagine if they did it in like a Chinese fucking crime syndicate?
There's not a lot of cars in China. I think it would be tough to make a GTA game.
I mean, the crime, like like that crime syndicate element, they got cars.
Well, yeah, but have you ever seen like footage of the streets of China? Like it's a lot of people walking, a lot of people on bikes, and there's very few cars. I don't think it would be very good for like car chasing,
right.
unless they like really just make it not like China at all. Then at that point, it's like, why set it there?
I think what you're gonna see. I think what we're gonna see is. I think it's going to be set in Vice City. I think it's going to be like in the 80s, like in Vice City. I think it's going to be like before a lot of stuff. And who's the big drug lord name? There's like a big like drug lord crime boss that you deal with a lot in these games. His name's escaping me.
Grand Theft Auto games?
Yeah, in the Grand Theft Auto games.
Oh.
But there's rumor. The rumor right now is that it's going to kind of be focused on how he got his start, maybe, in that type of era. So it'll be in Miami and also like these places like Colombia or whatever, where like they're getting the cocaine from and shit like that. That kind of thing.
Sounds like the Scarface game.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Well, I mean, even the original, the last mission in the original Vice City was just the ending of Scarface.
Yeah, and all the.
I think why not do like cartel, like put it on the border.
Yeah, do like Narcos type stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I mean, there's a lot of options they do
Martin
have.
Madrazo. Thank you, Thomas Borg. Martin Madrazo. That's what I'm thinking about. Yeah.
It's been a while since I played a GTA campaign. Probably the last time was when I played GTA 5 on PS3. Actually,
8 years ago. Yes.
I have it on PC. I don't know. I fired it up to get some footage for the Cyberpunk.
Yeah,
That's
all
pretty much
right.
it.
We got
When's the last time any of you guys played a Grand Theft Auto game? Like, do you play them regularly?
I'm not a GTA guy. So
I played.
Xbox 360.
I logged into GTA Online like a year and a half ago. That's the last time.
Yeah, I think maybe a year and a half for me too on my computer.
Stiff Man for 5. The guy who played the Uruk-hai that killed Boromir in fucking Lord of the Rings should play Abby. Perfect fit.
The way he like licks the blade and shit, you can have him licking the golf club.
we need to. What we need to do is we need to create a forum on geeksgamers.com, and you just give us your best memes of who should play Abby. Just take just meme the fuck out of it and put these actors' heads on the body. Like, I want to see it, or either put Abby's head on their body. Like, I saw somebody put Brock Lesnar should be Abby, which is kind of the most obvious one. But unfortunately, Brock is too busy playing Rey in the sequel trilogy. So thanks to Yellow Flash making that more popular than ever.
I think that Brock Lesnar needs to play Abby, and then Paul Heyman just does the voice.
Aesthetically, Ronda Rousey actually could probably play Abby. I don't know about the acting ability, but I don't know. I think she'd be all right.
Yeah.
She just stand there and be sad about her career. That'll work. X-Men or Mike Hill for $10. It was X-Men Apocalypse with Quicksilver saving everybody in the mansion.
Yeah, I thought so. That's like the only thing I remember about that movie.
The bad accent, yeah.
I remember Quicksilver saving the people from the mansion, and Oscar Isaac looking like the bad guy from the Power Rangers movie.
I remember Storm. I remember Storm having an SJW haircut, Jeremy.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, SJW haircuts. It gets really people upset when you bring that up.
Storm being in that movie.
Olivia Munn was in it as Psylocke.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
She said like 2 things in the entire movie.
Yeah.
See, not heard the way it should be, brother.
She wasn't seen enough either. That was the problem. Mike Hill for another 5. Brock Lesnar as Abby. Yes. And with that being said, we're almost an hour into the show. So speaking of video games, CD Projekt Red came out with an announcement just a few days ago that they had been hacked. And evidently it's pretty bad. We don't have exact details on what everything they got. However, it was put up for ransom. They left a ransom note. You've been epically pwned. And just more bad things for CD Projekt Red, unfortunately. And this one isn't. This one, although it is, their fault of that is security problem. It's not something like they were really trying to hide this or whatever. It doesn't have anything to do with Cyberpunk, but it's just more bad press for CDPR. CDPR source code reportedly sells for millions in dark web auction. Earlier this week, CD Projekt Red announced it had been hit with a ransomware attack that allegedly exposed the source code for games including Cyberpunk, Gwent, and The Witcher 3. Now, security experts are reporting the source code has been auctioned off on a dark web forum, seemingly for millions of dollars. The starting bid was $1 million and like a $7 million buy it now price. There's different reports out there. Some people think that they're lying about it, that they actually just said they sold it, but they didn't actually do it because they're worried about some of the repercussions, or they're worried about the fact that it looks bad that no one actually took the bait and bought it. But CD Projekt Red did say that documents relating to accounting, administration, legal, HR, investors relations, and more were taken as part of the attack. I would be interested to see a lot of those things, especially from HR.
Oh, don't worry, you will.
Yeah, I would be very interested to see some of those things that don't actually affect employees, aren't bad for employees or anything like that. But I'd like to see some of the HR stuff, especially considered some of the stories we heard about the differences in how CD Projekt Red has handled crunching on their employees and the employees' reaction, which evidently was not, we all love it here, like CD Projekt Red tried to tell us. Mark, what's your take on this attack?
I don't think it's a good thing. Like, I mean, anytime a cyber attack happens and then effectively they were beginning like a terrorism style like ultimatum, being like, give us this amount of money or else we're gonna release this data or like sell it. I don't think anyone, like, regardless of how you felt about Cyberpunk or CD Projekt in general, I don't think anyone should be like, like, good for them. Like, it's not a good thing. It would be terrible for all the people who work there. Probably terrible even for like people like me and anyone else who has like purchases on GOG. They keep on saying that no customer data was leaked, but I mean, do we know that for sure? Really? Like, would they disclose that if it was? And I mean, I kind of think that like how is it possible that it wasn't? So I don't know. I think this is just a bad thing all around, and it'll probably lead to a lot of asset flip games looking suspiciously like Witcher 3 or Gwent or Cyberpunk because the source code's been leaked. But then again, companies like id Software just like open source their source code after a while and just let people play around with it. So it's not necessarily gonna kill them, but it's probably not good.
Yeah, I mean, it's been such a bad several months for them. Like, you just look at where they were before Cyberpunk came out and the perception of where they were as a company and how much goodwill they had. And then the unfortunate thing with what happened with Cyberpunk. And I just feel like Cyberpunk is just kind of irrelevant almost. I mean, from my perspective, I don't even think that the criticism's there anymore. It's just kind of people just moved on from it. But then this and how bad this has been for them, like it's been such a quick fall for them. And do I think they can recover? I do think they can recover, but it's going to take a lot of time, and we'll see how this all plays out. It's been a massive collapse in such a short amount of time.
And it kind of sucks that this happened. I'm with Mark on that. Like, this stuff shouldn't happen. Like, no one deserves this to happen. But at the same time, it's like you kind of want to know the tea, because we all know there's a lot of bullshit going on at CDPR, and they said that they know everything. So it can't be too long till it all comes out and we find out just how bad they've actually been all these years.
Yeah, I think that, depending on how the future of the game itself is handled, that could have an impact on whether or not we start seeing a little faucet drip of info start leaking out. I think if they have information that speaks to the environment or the any kind of maybe official like complaints from employees that are on record, if they have that kind of stuff and the game doesn't start improving, and they're not able to keep up with their timeline, I think you're going to start seeing drips of that type of stuff coming out. Because I reckon their culture there is under extreme scrutiny right now because of all the bullshit they did.
Well, don't they even have their own government watching them?
They're facing a 10% of their fucking like yearly income could be fined by Poland if they don't fix the game to the extent which Poland thinks they should. That's what they're looking at. Obviously, we've talked about the lawsuits before. Yeah, it's not good. They need to focus on fixing this game. And we talked when they came out and said, hey, here's our path forward, and a lot of the legalese that was used and a lot of the stories that have changed. I think they understand they're on the hot seat. And unfortunately for the employees, it means that it's just that much worse. Like that, if they thought they were going to get a break when it got put out, no, they're not. They're going to be worked even harder because now the future of the company's at stake.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
we'll see. $7 million, not a bad little haul.
After the refunds,
you had to put up 0.1 Bitcoin and show that you mean business. You had to prove that you own 0.1 Bitcoin or something, which is like $4,500.
Yeah, I think it wasn't the sales, Zuche. It was he was referring to what the data apparently sold for.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the data it sold for $7 million. Yeah,
that's what hackers have said, that it sold for $7 million. But there is speculation for people out there that they don't know if anyone actually bought it, because buying that is
illegal as fuck.
Right. So there is a lot of speculation about if anyone actually bought it or if they're just trying to pretend like they did. You know what I mean? Because it's pretty tough to verify, other than taking the hackers who epically pwned
I know, man. I haven't
Projekt
heard
Red.
people
The
say
worst
that in
written
years.
ransom note ever.
I should find it.
We got
Hold
your
on.
shit.
It's so funny.
Like on Django Unchained. Django, we got you, girl.
Here, I got it. I'll show it real quick. This is pretty good. On Notepad, I hear your fucking dog.
That motherfucker said, "Get the notepad." The fuck
Yeah.
word.
It's
Yeah, I
on
know,
Notepad. Hello, CD Projekt. Your have been epically pwned. Think of how shitty you have to feel for your CD Projekt Red that these motherfuckers, the motherfuckers that wrote this note, are the ones that fucking got everything from you. We have dumped full copies of the source codes from your per-force server of Cyberpunk, Witcher 3, Gwent, and unreleased version of Witcher 3. We have also dumped all your documents relating to accounting, administration, legal, HR, investor relations, and more. Also, we encrypted all of your servers, but we understand you can most likely recover from backups. If we will not come to an agreement, then your source codes will be sold or leaked online, and your documents will be sent to our contacts in gaming journalism. Your public image will go down the shitter even more, and people will see how you shitty your company functions.
That motherfucker was
Lord.
eating. He was eating some Chinese food when he did that shit.
Investors will lose trust in your company, and the stock will dive even lower. You have 48 hours to contact us. So
We want $100 million.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I still think if this happened to EA, like if it happened to Activision, I would still be like, yeah, no, like fuck these guys. Like that sucks to happen to a company. Like to have people like steal data like that and ransom it and try to basically get you to like bow to terrorism demands. Like I don't know. I just think in general it sucks.
Cyber terrorism 2077.
What if it's Keanu?
What if it's Neil Druckmann? What if it's Neil Druckmann?
Oh my god!
Keanu bought
Is
it.
it you, Mark?
It was me. It was me all along. I'm the cyber hacker terrorist guy.
Mark's the imposter. Your shitty your. Yeah.
Can you
But-
imagine being CDPR and getting that letter?
You almost know it wasn't me because every time I misspell something in a tweet, I either try to instantly delete it and correct it, or underneath it, if it's already gotten too much traction, I'm like, yeah, I meant to say this. I hate that Twitter doesn't have an edit function.
I like.
I
Twitter
get really
doesn't have an
pissed
edit
off
function.
when I make spelling mistakes or punctuation mistakes. It drives me up the wall.
I like that Twitter doesn't have an edit function, so then someone can't reply. Like someone does a tweet and be like, "Ryan, thanks for the content, man." Blah blah, something nice, and I like it, and then they switch it to like,
You suck dick, bitch.
No,
yeah, exactly.
Well, they should,
Something
because
like
I think
ridiculous.
on Facebook you have like an edit history though, so you can see the previous versions. And the way I would be using it would be to correct like small spelling mistakes or like context mistakes that just make it seem like I said something I didn't, but that was obviously a mistake. Because then it's like, okay, if you did roll back the edit history, it's like, oh, he just put that comma in the wrong spot and it made the sentence weird. Like,
I know what you're intending to use it for. I'm just saying, like, I get why it's not. Borg for $5. I'm digging this new Super Mario 3D World Bowser's Fury game. Love the online gameplay. Can't wait to see you guys play this.
Yeah, I like I said, it's going to be fun. We're going to do that for premium members probably sometime early next week. We got to get with Ryan on that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I very much enjoyed Super Mario 3D World on the Wii U. It's a really good game. I don't put it up there with Galaxy, but it's still a really good game. But I think the 4-player multiplayer and the online, I think that's going to be a game changer for us just to have a lot of fun. So be on the lookout, premium members.
Yeah, I wish that ransomware note would have been like, all your source code belonged to us. That's really what it should have been. Sully So Savage for 2. Dwayne Johnson for Abby. We know he respects pronouns, so hey, there you go. Geeky Pixie for 2. Elliot Page as Sheik
From Zelda. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Lego Dark Jar Jar for 5. We need to start a movement where you can get a whole lots of people to buy HBO Max just for the Snyder Cut to show AT&T and Warner Brother where the money is.
Wake the fuck up.
Yeah, man. And listen, if you like things, support them. If you don't like them, you don't have to support them. And I'm not here to tell you what to do with your money, but I agree. If you if you like something, in the same way we talked about Gina Carano a lot yesterday, right? This only works if people actually put their money where their mouth is. Same thing for the Snyder Cut. There's a lot of people at Warner Brothers that still don't like Zack Snyder and still don't want this to succeed because they're so angry and bitter. So, yeah, you got to show them you can't be ignored. And you got to do that with your money because that's really the only thing these people understand.
Well, as someone who clearly is not a fan of the Snyder DCEU, I am just like enjoying seeing people excited for the right reasons over this movie, you know, with all of the craziness we've seen over the past few years with identity politics and things like that. Like just seeing fans excited for a take on this universe. Like I'm enjoying it. I wish I was excited. I'm not, and I'm not going to pretend to be. But I'm happy that other people are excited. And I do think that even if there's a lot of people that aren't fans of this universe, because we know it's kind of a divisive universe, if you're tired of seeing stuff going on, like what's going on at Disney and other places, like, why wouldn't you support Zack Snyder? Motherfucker took a damn picture the other day where he was working on a car. You know, he don't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck. He is just like good dude, like a regular guy who is making content that a lot of people are enjoying. And that's the type of people I want to support. So
yeah, people are excited about this, to see these iterations of these characters, to see like this, like the ridiculous amount of DC lore that is going to be brought into this movie. It's not people online that are excited because someone told them Darkseid was going to use pronouns. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, there's a certain kind of like sincerity about what this film is really about. I mean, it's just a it's a comic book movie on the epic scale that we wanted. Like we wanted it to be epic, right? It's gonna be a 4-hour movie. Like there's no talk about any of the extra shit that like y'all been saying that has really nothing to do with the movie itself. It's just the movie, and it's his vision. And you know, we all saw what happened with the 2017 Justice League. That shit was an abomination. And now to actually get to see the movie itself, you know, regardless of whether you like the universe or not, like it's gonna be a 4-hour fucking comic book movie. Like I'll sit for 4 hours to watch an epic ass comic book movie.
And I'll say someone that's not necessarily looking forward to the movie from you know, just because I don't enjoy the universe, but I'm happy that it's a 4-hour movie and not it's split up. Like I'm actually happy that it's just going to be one big movie. And so
like, it feels like an event. There's a lot of hype for it right now. It feels like an event, and the thing is, it's just Zack Snyder just promoting it by himself.
Well, so he's
trending every day off of it.
Yeah, what's the expectation of how different this is going to be versus?
It's an entirely different movie. Entirely different movie. It's not 40 minutes of additional footage. It's a new movie. Well, it's not new because most of it was filmed 3 fucking years ago.
Correct. 2016. It was filmed in 2016.
Yeah.
Except for 3 minutes.
I think he said it was like what, 20 minutes or 20% of what he filmed made it into the final cut. I mean, or into the 2017 cut.
Correct.
So I mean, you're really getting a different movie.
So there's obviously going to be things that are similar about it, as far as, you know, Steppenwolf is coming to Earth. Steppenwolf is trying to find mother boxes, and there's going to be a big battle at the end, right? Like those are similar things that are going to happen, but the context of how it happens and how it's set up, how the League comes together, how the League forms, the characters and the development of these characters, Barry's backstory, Cyborg's backstory, the history lesson. You're going to realize that it was Darkseid that came to Earth alongside, you know, Steppenwolf and the rest of people to battle with the old gods. And we're going to see a lot of context behind that. I think we're going to learn a lot about the anti-life equation, what that could mean going forward. And I'm looking forward personally to see all the Superman stuff, because virtually every Superman scene was reshot, which is why his lip looks like a fucking retard. Like, because virtually everything was completely reshot. And the same thing, you're going to see some scenes you're like, I saw, like, you might have seen a version of the scene that they completely reshot and did dialogue. So the end of the day, 15 to 20% of what Zack Snyder filmed in 2016 made it in Joss Whedon's cut. The rest of the movie was all reshot, which is insanity. But speaking of video games, Sanctuary of Geek says James Wan is behind the new Knight Rider film. Wow.
There's a new Knight Rider film?
I
I
guess.
think they announced it like last year, but I mean, it's not. It's in the early development, I think.
I want an
That is-
Airwolf
that-
movie.
That
want
is
an
not a
Airwolf movie.
property. Knight Rider is not a property that I'm like, oh, James Wan, awesome. Like Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I don't really care about that.
Mortal Kombat is one where I'm like, okay, the guy who made Saw, I could see him doing something cool with Mortal Kombat, but like Knight Rider, do we need a new Knight Rider?
Didn't they reboot? No, I reckon they rebooted Knight Rider when I was like a kid, and it was fucking terrible.
Was the old Knight Rider good?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with
Hasselhoff-
Jeremy. It was,
Search
no,
your feelings,
Hasselhoff.
Jeremy.
it was no
Knight
Airwolf,
Rider.
but it was still pretty good.
Yeah, Airwolf takes it to the next level.
Airwolf blew it out of the water, man.
Yeah, Airwolf. Yeah, Airwolf's fucking awesome. You know about Airwolf, Mark?
No, I don't. But
How
I've
the
seen a
fuck
couple
do I know
episodes of
about
Knight
Airwolf, not
Rider,
you?
and it didn't really impress me.
How do you not know about Airwolf, Mark?
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
What the fuck is wrong
Are you
with the
serious?
people that I brought to this team? Uche, Airwolf,
No.
motherfucker,
Yeah,
in the
So,
stream.
the majority of us
All right.
do not know what
I
Airwolf
said,
is.
"End this shit."
Fucking hell.
how is this possible? Like Airwolf, I should be the one that doesn't know about Airwolf.
Exactly. The fact that Lethal of all people, hanging out with kangaroos, and he knows about Airwolf.
Shit,
About
was tight,
helicopters?
man.
You want to tell us what it is?
Yeah, like, what the fuck is it?
It's a badass helicopter show. It's
Well,
basically
that's
Knight
probably why I
Rider
didn't
as a
fucking hear about it
helicopter.
because I don't give a fuck
Is
about
it
a
live
helicopter.
And it's got the
action?
best,
Is it-
yes, live action, and it's got the best theme music ever.
It
Like the
stopped airing
best.
before I was born.
The Knight Rider theme music was really good. I
It
didn't say
was. It was. I see. We got a lot of Airwolf love in the chat.
Yeah, a bunch of
Man.
cool people hanging out today, I guess.
Hit the intro
Uh,
to Airwolf, Jeremy. I don't know if I could. I mean, I already played fucking Take on Me.
Roof Korean wasn't at the Capitol either for $2. Nathan Fillion is the only Nathan Drake, not Tom Holland.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I'm too old to
Do you
play.
not know about Airwolf?
Dude,
I
like,
don't-
I
I
just
don't
didn't
get it.
know about it.
Gall 316 for £5.
Fuck it,
Elder
I'm
Scrolls
playing
6 or GTA 6, which comes first?
Oh, I'd
Elder
have to say
Scrolls
Elder Scrolls.
6, yeah.
You think?
Elder Scrolls 6 is like actually announced. It's
Yeah.
a real game that they're making. I'm not 100% convinced they're even working on a GTA game. As much
Okay.
as it seems like ridiculous that they wouldn't be, it's like the success of GTA 5 and the fact that we've now had GTA 5 on 3 console generations.
But also,
makes-
Bethesda also did say though that like Starfield, like they're not even really worried about Elder Scrolls 6 before they're done with Starfield. Like, I don't
There's
know.
a lot of rumors to say that Starfield might be this year, though.
yeah.
Airwolf intro, 80s on crack right here, baby. Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah, man, this is the shit.
So it's Knight Rider in space. Does this or not Knight Rider in
In the
air in the
sky.
air?
Yeah, man.
Does the Airwolf act like Knight like Kit?
Kit, yeah. Does it talk?
No,
No, it doesn't talk. Look at that shit.
So it's not like Knight Rider.
It's a lot like that, right?
The car talking is the thing with Knight Rider.
Oh, listen to the howl. That is so 80s, dude. It's so fucking great. There's the man right there.
Who's that old fucker?
Ernest Borgnine. You don't know him?
Yeah,
Fuck,
Ernest
man.
Borgnine-
Uncultured-
Jan Michael Vincent and
You
Ernest
gotta be
Borgnine are
fucking kidding me.
I know.
Hell
who it
Is
is.
this what you talking about? Is the hot
Fuck
shit?
yeah. Fuck
Yeah, dude.
I've
It's
never
fun.
seen that. No, I've never.
Man, I
once
was
seen that
watching the
show.
A Team. Fuck that.
Yeah, I mean, I watched some A Team and I watched some Knight Rider. I've never seen a moment of that.
Really? Dude, no,
yeah.
Airwolf is fire, man.
Yeah, it's fucking badass.
Cool.
All right, we're so far off topics, but it doesn't matter. Airwolf is worth it.
Did you
Extreme-
guys watch TJ Hooker?
Who?
Yeah,
The,
TJ Hooker.
Yeah.
What's the man? Captain Kirk.
Where he would knock people out by punching them in the stomach once.
80s is so fucking great.
Oh,
William Shatner. I can't
Yeah.
believe I blanked on Shatner's name. Jeez.
Captain Kirk.
Thank you. Airwolf is never off topic. That's what's up. Fuck yeah, we got some smart motherfuckers in the chat. Much smarter than the panelists, I'll tell you that much. Only me and Lethal know what's up.
Well, on the stream, and you can restart with you and Lethal if you want.
Yeah,
That's fine
fuck
with
that.
me.
We'll just do an Airwolf stream and get 10,000 people watching. We'll just put Brie Larson in the thumbnail. So Airwolf reboot, Brie Larson? Question mark.
Honestly, like, the only like 80s show for grown-ups, meaning like not like a Saturday morning cartoon show, that I remember being pretty good was Tour of Duty. The one that had Painted Black by the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, that was fucking
like
awesome. The Vietnam show.
Yeah, it was really good.
That was awesome.
Or at least
man.
I remember it being really good. I haven't seen it since I was like 10. So
really good. How do I know more about 80s shows than fucking people that were around during the 80s?
Probably because it got to Australia like 3 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Because you guys are living it. Yeah, it's fucking new for you.
That's pretty good. Damn, that was good, Mark. That was good.
Extreme Oompa for 5. Just watch the Leon and Chris hallway scene, and that is damn near perfect action porn.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. It's silly, like if it's super over the top, but it is it's fun to watch.
Fine Castle IE for €5. Does anyone else miss Nintendo Directs? I just want to know what's going on with Zelda's anniversary. Last Direct was September 2019, I think, for major titles.
I do. I miss Nintendo Directs.
Yeah, me too. I miss making videos about them spurging out.
I'm sure the pandemic has had a lot to do with that, but Nintendo is rocking and rolling, man. There's no doubt about that. They're fucking.
Where is Bayonetta 3? That's the only Nintendo game I care about.
They've just stopped actually doing anything on new games, and they're just furiously making new Switches.
They basically that and just porting the Wii U,
production.
yeah, and porting Wii U games.
I was about to say they're gonna make some new Wii U games that they can port.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
dude, that would be the most Nintendo thing ever to fucking release a new Wii U game and then 6 months later port it to Switch.
Call it like collector's a special or deluxe edition. That's the one they usually go with.
That would be the most Nintendo thing ever.
Crowfu for 5. I wish Bluepoint would remake the Jack trilogy. Naughty Dog would ruin the series if the current idiots try it, even though none of them made the originals.
Man, Jack 2 and Jack 3 blew me away back in the day, man. Such like a tone change from Jack 1.
Bluepoint makes really solid ports. They did Demon Souls and Shadow of the Colossus, Metal Gear Solid HD collection. I think they're like the kings of remakes.
How have you held that dog this entire stream?
I tried to put her down. Do you see her struggling? Watch, I'll try it again. Hold on. Jojo, you want to go down, honey? She's like,
man, drop that damn dog on the ground.
No, I'm telling you, man. She's like putting
over here. You want to go down? No, like get your ass off me.
She's like planting her hind legs on my leg and like holding on.
Plant them on the dang ground in 2 seconds.
The dog
can't be stopped.
4 limbs are dominant.
Yeah.
This dog is the alpha in the pack now.
Mr. The alpha?
Mr. J for $10. I think GTA should go to Carcer City, Detroit, Chicago hybrid. Remember, it's mentioned in GTA 3 on one of the radio station commercials, and it's the setting of Manhunt. Maybe there's a lot of options. They haven't said shit. I think that by the time we actually get a GTA 6 trailer, it will probably only be like 6 to 9 months before its release. Honestly, that's what I think. Unless
it's gonna come out like 6 months before PlayStation 6.
Oh God,
as a PlayStation 5 title.
Yeah.
How good would a new Manhunt game be? You know those games were banned over here.
Really?
Yeah, we have really bad laws when it comes to video game censorship here.
I think I might have the first one. I don't think I have Manhunt 2 though.
Manhunt was banned over here. It was too close to snuff.
Michael Strellis,
the video games where you don't murder.
Michael Strellis for 5. YouTube is like a communist network and more /media. Welcome back. De-evolution to a network, twatter, or more to the past. Hail. Well, thank you, Michael.
Okay. I mean, I'd say YouTube's better than a lot.
Yeah,
they are better than a lot. That's all I mean, I don't think we need to get into all that. At the end of the day, we can do a lot more. We can be a lot more of ourselves here on YouTube than other platforms. At least that's how I feel.
I do more on YouTube than I can on Twitter. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Fucking Jason Schreier is a cock-sucking bitch.
Strike!
Wicked Steel for 2. Hey, all. What about Dave Bautista for Abby?
Didn't you say he was busy playing Ray?
Yeah. The Feds man for £5. Caitlyn Jenner for Abby. That would be a great one.
Oh my God.
Honestly, Ronda Rousey's the only one who I could actually see pulling it off. Without joking, like not like unironically, she's like the only like female actress who has like arms that
if she got back in shape, she has broad shoulders, she has small ass tits, she has a resting bitch face. She would be perfect for Abby, honestly.
And terrible acting skills.
Correct. Disease for 2. Gary Busey for Abby, or Century Bob XL.
Gary Busey.
Gary Busey.
Dude, I would love to see that. Honestly, I would fucking be hyped if Gary Busey was fucking. I would be hyped. That would elevate. That's how simple I am. You just make Gary Busey Abby, I'm sold.
Geeky Pixie for Ord's board for 2. What's up, Ord? Says sup fam. What's up, Ords? Good to see you, buddy.
Good people, Ords.
Geeky Pixie for $2. Knight Rider Mel Gibson.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Andy from the UK from the UK.
I'm too much of a Mad
Max. Of course, yeah. It's all fucking Australians care about.
Fury Road was garbage.
Andy from the UK. That wasn't a Mad Max movie. Andy from the UK for £2. Street Hawk, Knight Rider, Blue Thunder, Airwolf.
Yeah, good shit, man. Good shit.
Yep. Andy knows what's up.
Wicked Steel for 5. Jeremy, there, spelled there wrong. Too young to know about this great show. I love it.
Hell yeah, man. Airwolf is greatness.
I resent that super chat.
Well, he didn't mean you. I mean,
he's younger than any of us.
I think.
Well, I know that, but I'm just saying that. Oh, that's cool.
Mark's
but
old
I'm just saying.
Fuck. He doesn't know what it is.
Yeah.
Huh?
That was a Krista.
Yeah.
That's just a Canadian thing. Yeah. Mike Hill for 5. Dukes of Hazzard for me.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Swagmar for 2. Disney Plus lost money. I saw a lot of people talking about the whole Disney Plus thing. Obviously any individual person canceling their Disney Plus is not even a drop in a bucket for Disney, but it's about what it means. And it's about, not giving money for people who clearly, don't represent your values or whatever it may be. And that's everyone's individual decision. But a lot of people looked like they went away. Adam Wofford for $5. I want an Airwolf reboot, but it takes place on Mars. Also, Jeremy, remember Viper Show in the 90s?
Viper Show. Did you say Viper Show?
I remember Viper. I think I remember Viper.
That rings a bell. I'm trying. Is that what he said? Viper Show? Is that what he said?
He's probably meant Viper. It was a show. Maybe
it rings a bell. It's nothing I was heavily into. I'll have to Google that and see if
was it Knight Rider, but it was a submarine or some shit.
Let me see. I'm looking up this Airwolf toy I had back in the day. I'm trying to find it. It was a remote control Airwolf helicopter. It worked like 3 times. But I was so it was great.
Airwolf.
It was so fucking cool. It was so fucking cool. I love it so much. Keep going though.
All right. DCG for Canadian 7. Hey, Mark, I thought Resident Evil was about zombies, not buxom vampires. What's up with that?
I mean, the antagonists in Resident Evil have always just been biological weapons. There are Resident Evil villains that are not anything resembling zombies at all. How exactly they're going to tie in the 9'6" tall vampire step on me mommy lady, I don't know. I don't know exactly, because obviously I haven't played Resident Evil 8 yet, but I guess we'll find out. The antagonists in Resident Evil are just genetically modified monsters of various types. So zombies are the T-virus, but there's also the Las Plagas parasites and all sorts of other shit.
Oh yeah. E. Clay Thompson for 5. Abby should be played by Serotonin. It's Ma'am, Joel. Is that person, the It's Ma'am chick?
That's perfect casting, man.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah, that was the meme that once people found out about Abby and everything, that it was a bunch of people would Photoshop in the It's Ma'am person.
Yeah. Louis the Plank for 5. Only good thing about Pedro being cast as Joel is we could see his head bashed in with the golf club. Yeah, I think a lot of people thought about that. Thank you, Louis. Obi-Wan 27883 for $20. Jeremy made my 2021 so far. Not only did I catch him going live on G&G, but I got the whole Airwolf segment. My BFF made the Airwolf film models for the show. They were all fiberglass RC models. Airwolf could go supersonic. A helicopter could. Jesus,
that's ridiculous.
Hell yeah,
Mark,
man. So
don't get it, man.
Yeah, I'm looking for this remote controlled Airwolf toy I had when I was younger. I can't find it right now, but I do remember. I think it flew like 2 or 3 times total. Like I was trying like back then, the technology, the thinking of something could fly was amazing. But but Obi-Wan, good to see you, man. Yes, I am live on the Geeks Gamers channel. It doesn't happen often, but maybe it should happen more often. I need to just do these random live streams in the middle of the night, like I used to do. But I do go live. I tend to be live on everybody else's channel, but this one, and then we obviously have this every week that's doing really good. We've maintained 1,200 viewers all night or all day, and it's been a really good day. We had Friday Night Tights last night, record numbers on that show. We go live on Sports Wars tomorrow, and then tomorrow night Mario Kart stream, which so Ripa's going to be there, and Theory. At least they're going to try to be there every week, but also maybe this week or maybe next week. I don't know for sure, but Star Wars Theory won't be the biggest YouTuber on the stream either this week or next week. So so we got with the Mario Kart stream is just crazy, man.
Brie Larson's coming on.
But yeah, it's getting out of control. The nonsense, the cussing, the yelling, it's great. So good stuff all the way around.
Well, speaking of flight mechanics that don't make any sense, Anthem. EA is going to decide in the next few days here. It was very strange because when EA gave their whole quarterly report, they kind of didn't even talk about Anthem. And they originally had this big plan, Anthem 2.0, we're going to fix it, all of these things. But they haven't really shown that commitment with the amount of people that they actually have working on this project. And sure enough, the reports are out there that next week, it's going to depend on EA's upcoming internal review. The fate of Anthem hangs in the balance depending on how an internal review of the reboot goes. That's according to a new report, which says there's a chance EA expands the Anthem Next team or shelves the game altogether. In the new report from Bloomberg, EA executives will review the latest version of Anthem later this week. Depending on how the project is progressing, EA will continue to back and grow the Anthem Next team or abandon the project. Now, I think this is just a way for them to get out of it. I think it's done because the amount of people that they have working on this is not a lot. It's not like they've actually committed the resources they would actually need to do it. It's kind of been less than that. So
I heard it was like a team of 30. Like it was supposed to be like 30 people who were trying to revamp Anthem from the ground up.
Yeah, half of them are fucking cats who are contracted out and don't even really know probably what the code is they're dealing with.
And now we've magically got a bunch of announcements related to Mass Effect, and they also announced a new Dragon Age game. And BioWare is not BioWare isn't Ubisoft that just has 30 teams. So I don't know. I think the odds of Anthem Next still happening at this point are probably pretty slim, which really sucks for especially anyone who paid full price for that game when it first came out, because they dropped it fast.
Or anyone that's been hopeful, still support it because they think there's the skin of a good game and there's a skeleton of a good game. And the people that have, been taking everything they say that they said they're going to fix it. And I think they're going to drop it. 30 people is not enough to completely remake a game, which is basically what they were trying to do. And we'll see. The future hangs in the balance. Now, Uche, what were your thoughts about Anthem? You said you were hyped for it when it first came out, and then really disappointed.
Yeah, I was pretty hyped for it. I mean, I fell into that whole, Iron Man thing because it kind of gave that vibe. So I went ahead and pre-ordered it, and about 2-3 weeks in, I was like, yeah, I'm done. Fuck this. And then when they said, we got a roadmap. I'm like, all right, I'll just keep an ear out for it. Let's see what it does. Then a month later, they're like, yeah, roadmap's not going to work. So we'll let you know. I was good. I wasted money on that.
Yeah, Lethal, you didn't play it at all, did you?
Nah, I was even worse. I got Avengers.
Oh God. Yeah.
You got the disappointing live service game with the actual Iron Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't play Anthem, so I don't know anything about it.
My story with Anthem and Avengers is exactly the same. I was mildly interested in both of them. I played the betas for both of them and was like, nope. I was like,
Nope.
especially Anthem in particular had probably the most what would be the word for it, like anemic shooting. Like it just felt like I was shooting nothing when I was like the gunplay in that game is just
just
trash.
sponges. Like you just shoot for fucking ever.
It's, like a sponge is okay in an RPG to a degree, like unless it gets ridiculous. But it's like the enemies didn't react to being shot, so it was not like in a game like Destiny where the enemies can sometimes take a lot of rounds, but they're reacting to being shot and like they're getting staggered and knocked off balance. In Anthem, it was just like they were unaffected at all by your bullets, and I was like, this just feels like shit. And I was like, maybe the flying's really good. And I flew around for maybe about 20 minutes, but then I was like, I get it. I don't know. I didn't really like Anthem at all. But again,
I never got into it. I never got into it. Like I remember the trailer and being hyped when you saw like the javelin just take off and like start flying. I was like, that's fucking cool. But like it seemed like a cheap Destiny with flying. That's kind of what I had in my mind when it happened, and I just never bought it. I never bought it in the hype, and I never was interested in it. So that's a relief because I could definitely have seen myself in the same place Uche getting super hyped for it just to be really disappointed in the end. But just another failure. And that's, these roadmaps to fixing these games, that's what a lot of people, when you look at Cyberpunk, we're kind of looking at. Obviously, you can't really compare the state of those games, Anthem and Cyberpunk, but you can compare kind of, these mechanics.
The process.
Exactly.
Not fucking actually developing the game.
Yeah. And when you listen to evidently how Cyberpunk was made and the different visions for it and the lack of clear direction and the belief that, well, we'll just be able to get it done, that BioWare magic, that CD Projekt Red magic, and you end up having a result where now you're like, hey, these are all the things we have to do to fix this game. Please stay with us and don't abandon it. But for Anthem, we'll get the word, and I think it's going to be RIP Anthem. But who knows? Maybe they'll just be like, yeah, just keep working on it. You 30 people just keep working on it, and eventually more people will forget about it.
I don't know. I think the push they've been doing on Mass Effect and the timing of this, that it's like they announced all the Mass Effect Legendary Edition stuff that's been a rumored project for like years now, and they're finally announcing it right before they're like, oh yeah, and we're going to talk about Anthem, because now they're set up to say, we've decided the best thing to do would be to move people from the Anthem team on to help with the new Mass Effect stuff. And there's going to be a bunch of Mass Effect fans that are going to be like, oh right, awesome. And a few Anthem people that are like, oh, well, fuck us, I guess.
Yeah, and obviously, in addition to, we've obviously been talking about Mass Effect a lot because of the Legendary Edition, but really the bigger scope is going to be this new Mass Effect game. And who knows what that's going to be like. It is not the BioWare that made those first couple Mass Effects that are so beloved. And like you said, Dragon Age as well. And didn't the people that were doing Dragon Age, like the people that were in charge of, just fucking leave? Didn't that happen? Like not that long ago? The people that were working on the story for Dragon Age.
Mark, you know about that?
Sorry, say again.
Didn't the people who were heading up the Dragon Age project just fucking leave and they completely are like reworking
the
it?
heads of Dragon Age and Mass Effect, Casey Hudson and I think Mark Dara is the other guy's name, the Dragon Age guy. Both of them left like in the same week, and it was about a week before they announced the Mass Effect Legendary stuff. Or no, it was a week before they announced via CGI trailers at the Game Awards new Mass Effect and new Dragon Age games.
That's right.
It's like without the big creative heads behind both of those franchises, and you don't have a game to show, you have a CGI trailer that could have been made by anyone. I don't know. Like
they were like, don't do a CGI trailer, please. Don't do a just announce it. Don't do a CGI trailer. We're gonna do a CGI trailer. All right,
honestly, I don't even think they should announce it. Like, just stop announcing games unless you have a game.
I'm out.
You know what? I was actually thinking of taking this image and putting it on a shirt and doing like a Save Miranda's ass type thing, but I'm scared I'll get my fucking dick suit off.
I don't think you would get sued. I just think they'd shut you down.
I want to show you guys something really quick, a little unrelated to this particular topic, but I always talk about how Nintendo they lack self-awareness a lot. Lethal's going to enjoy this right here, but the fact that they first of all made this and then they didn't change it for the remake, it says everything about Nintendo. Look at this shit. It's got 2 P's where the balls would
PP.
PP.
Fuck you, you bought it. You bought it, so what?
It's Nintendo, man.
Jeez.
How the fuck would Nintendo?
You know what's
fuck
funny?
do
You know what's funny? They did that
What?
on purpose. I guarantee you the designers did that on purpose.
I don't think so. I don't
Listen,
think so.
listen. Japanese folks have a very
They
very
don't give a
odd
fuck.
sense of humoring, and a lot of times it can come off as a little perverted.
It's like the piece, right?
It's not perverted.
Like that's literally
That's funny.
I mean, not it's
That's
not perverted, no, but you know,
Hey
it can,
kids,
it-
kids, here's your
people-
sex
people-
ed. Look at this big old dick. in the
soccer
lap.
mom is gonna see that and be like, "Oh my god, are they marketing this to children?"
Oh shit.
Big
Lethal
pee-pee,
suddenly,
big
Lethal
pee-pee.
But
But I
suddenly
think
like,
they
I
did that
respect
shit on
Nintendo. Lethal, you
Yep.
respect Nintendo now?
A bit more. Yep.
I've played enough.
Free the dong.
I played enough of the Yakuza games to understand Japanese comedy very well, but it being Nintendo, I would believe either way. If it was like Japanese people thinking it would be a funny little joke while they were designing the levels, or Nintendo people just being oblivious of what they're actually putting in the game. Just thinking, oh, these 2 like power switches in this spot would be good for co-op, and yeah, we'll have it go out onto this thing. I don't know what those switches do, but I would honestly believe either. Like if the developers came out and said something.
Yeah.
I don't remember this level, but I saw this picture going around. So
I see Yellow Flash in the chat. I know Yellow Flash is super excited about Super Mario 3D World. He's going to be playing it a lot too. So
hell yeah.
Guess I gotta
And by
get
the way,
it.
in the chat, I'm dropping a link to our Twitch channel, so please go follow us over there. We're closing in on 5,000 followers.
Yeah.
We had our best stream ever last Sunday. So yeah, thank you guys so much.
Geeky Pixie for $5. The General Lee no longer has the iconic Confederate flag on its top anymore. It had to be repainted to be shown at car shows. Truly sad. Well, you can't call it the General Lee anymore, then, right?
Yeah,
That should be the rule too. I don't know. Desire for $5. What's up, Desire? Good to see you, man. Justice League trailer tomorrow. I know Jeremy's very excited. Have a great stream, boys. Desire. So you are talking to even Jeremy's the minority right now as far as Zack Snyder's Justice League goes. I know you talked to Lethal and Uche before. I'm also a huge Zack Snyder DCEU fan. So
let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go, man. And
And
again,
if you guys don't know about Desire is a fucking beast at Warzone. Holy fuck. At Call of Duty in general. I mean, he is insane. It is crazy how good he is. So you guys
he's somebody who like it would just kill me a million times in a match, and I just call him a fucking virgin because that's all he does. like Call of Duty. That's like how good he is.
That's all you have
He's-
left.
Yeah.
He's so good. It's
Yeah.
annoying.
Yeah, he's fucking crazy good. Camping Bravo for $5, longtime fan, and I'm done just spectating. You guys inspired me to post a video to my channel. Unity. Hell yeah, man.
Oh
That's-
yeah.
Good stuff.
That's how it is for a lot of people. That's how
I
I
did it.
was for a long time. I was just watching. I know Uche was just watching for a while.
Yep.
And that's how it is. And welcome to the party. That's awesome,
Yep.
dude.
Hell yeah,
Crofu
congrats.
Crofu for $5. I'm just gonna learn Japanese so I can watch anime and play their games without anyone ever censoring them. I'll even import the Japan version.
Hey, I'm watching Attack on Titan. Yeah, I'm loving it.
Where you up to?
I'm loving it. So I restarted because so they took it off of Netflix, and then so Krista sent me the English dub version. So I've actually just restarted because it's better to have that the English dub. I'm sure that's a big thing in anime. We're like, don't watch the dub version, you loser.
It depends on the show. I'm not sure how good the dub in Attack on Titan is.
It's okay.
But I think I was
So-
up to I think I got to episode 8, and now I've just kind of restarted season 1 with the English dub version just so I can kind of rewatch it from that
I
perspective.
will
But
never watch the dub version of any anime.
I love
Some of them are pretty solid.
I love the show though.
It's so fucking good.
My wife's Japanese, so I mean, she kind of put that in me because I was like, yeah, let's watch this. She's like, Motherfucker, dub.
Well, see, because
did I marry?
I watched.
Fuck out of here! You better put that Japanese audio on, motherfucker.
I did
All
watch.
all right.
I watched Dark on. Have you guys seen Dark, the live action Netflix show? Is it German?
I've not
German.
seen it, but
German.
Yeah.
I am aware.
I've
I
never
tried to
watched it,
I-
but Jeremy, every time he mentions it, he doesn't know if it's German or not, but he kind of thinks
Yeah.
it is. So that's how I know it's German.
But I tried to watch the English version. Oh my god! Don't. Oh, you got.
Yeah, live action dubbing is
Ooh.
almost always
Ooh,
100%
it's
terrible. But
It's
actually,
unwatchable.
someone in the chat
Live
mentioned
action dubbing.
Yeah, it's
Jacob-
unwatchable.
Jacob M, I think, said Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood's dub is one of the best, and it is. It's that is an anime that you can very easily watch dubbed, and it loses nothing.
Is that Vic Mignogna?
It is.
Yeah.
As Edward Elric.
Yep. Lancer at 737 for $5. Hi guys, did you see Fantasy Flight Games X-Wing Squadron packs coming out? They look sick. I wanted to say something on Twitch, but highlights are gone. I have not seen any Fantasy Flight games. That's like the Fantasy Flights are like the Fantasy Flight Star Wars games are like tabletop games kind of things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not like a.
I was like, yeah, I know nothing about this at all.
Yeah, so and I think for a lot of them, they even come with like they have miniature models of these different ships and everything. You can move around the table and position them. It's really fucking cool. I've not seen specifically any of these Squadrons packs, but I will check it out, Lancer. Thank you. Appreciate it. Speaking of video games, Mark's been wanting to talk about something for 2 weeks, and we just haven't got to it. So we're going to talk about it today. Warner Brothers has patented the Nemesis system that you saw in the Lord of the Rings games. Was it Shadow of Mordor? Is that what Nemesis
Shadow of
is?
Mordor and Shadow of War. Both of them
And
have
Shadow of
it.
War.
It first showed up in Shadow of Mordor.
Right. And what that basically is this interactive system in the game that these different like bosses will actually encounter you, and you'll fight them, and they'll remember their encounters with you, and they'll make their ranks up if they beat you in their kind of society and the ladder of basically in Mordor in this case. But they've patented that system, and a lot of people are calling them out because it's kind of bullshit. It'd be like patenting a first-person shooter. It'd be like patenting, climbing in Assassin's Creed. And it's kind of an unwritten rule in game development that you don't do those things, that everyone uses everyone else's accomplishments and kind of builds off them. Because if one person starts doing this, it can have a drastic effect for everything else. Because in those games, they use things that are from gaming franchises like Assassin's Creed, where they originated. And it's just so hypocritical. What's your take on it, Mark?
So I've done a bit of research into it, and I think that it wouldn't be as simple as, say, id Software trying to patent the first-person shooter right after they made Wolfenstein 3D. What they might have been able to do that would achieve a similar effect is if they patented having the gun model in the middle of the screen. So you couldn't necessarily patent looking through a character's eyes, but you could say, yeah, but looking at the back of the gun, that's our thing. That's what we created. You have to legally make the case for your patent being novel. So like a thing that is only in your product and can't be easily replicated in someone else's. So I guess what that means in English is the language of this patent is highly specific. So if you wanted to make a Nemesis system that was kind of like the Nemesis system, but not exactly like it, you could still get away with it. The downside, and where this becomes very tricky, is because they have the patent granted, especially when it comes to things like indie games, if Warner Brothers, who has a lot of money, goes and says, hey, your system of enemies in this game is a lot like our Nemesis system, we're going to sue you, they probably wouldn't have the money to fight it. So basically they can use it to bully people out of using similar ideas, and I think it kind of sucks, and it's a very bad precedent to set.
Yeah.
Nobody seems to have anything else to add.
Mark nailed it.
He did.
Mark nailed it, but it is true, and I have seen a lot of the kind of heavier, like the very gaming focused channels talking about this stuff. And Mara said in chat, it's like patenting a jump button. And things. The thing with games is it is an industry, and all these people build off the success of everybody else and takes these ideas that people make and put their own spin on it. And that's how you get these different genres. That's how you get the evolution of gaming. And if people were just to patent these things, it would stop that evolution. And, you know, not allow people to make games the best way they can. And with what Warner Bros. Is trying to do, it's just really shitty.
And now people will be able to use Warner Brothers patenting the Nemesis system as a precedent. So while applying for patents, if they're getting any legal pushback, they can say, well, this is as novel as the Nemesis system was for Warner Brothers, and that patent was granted. So legally, you need to give us this patent as well. And what it could turn into is just a bunch of people that are... Does anyone here know what a patent troll is?
Yeah. Okay. Companies that go and file, you know, pretty vague patents so that when bigger companies file patents or create technology that technically infringes on that patent, those companies will sue the fuck out of that bigger company, and that bigger company will settle, and then they'll go on and move on to the next company that they can find.
Exactly. And I think that the scary thing about that is that people could now retroactively go back and pick a game, pick a system out of that game, find a way to word it in a way that's novel, file a patent for it, and if they're granted that patent, they can then sue that game, even though they got the idea to file the patent from the game itself.
Like companies will, like, okay, for instance, like, and this is only because I remember their whole case between Samsung and Apple when they were going through all that patent, those patent lawsuits. Like Samsung will go buy a company just because they have certain patents. They don't give a fuck about the company. They'll spend like $500 million, buy a company because that company has like 200 patents on technology that they, just because they want to create something that could potentially, just through technicality, infringe on one of those patents. So they'll just go buy the company.
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of fuck you money do you got to just do that? I mean, like, damn.
Yeah, well,
I've actually been to South Korea.
Apple's
Samsung actually owns like 40% of South Korea, literally, with their fucking logo on like apartment complexes.
Damn.
I support Samsung.
Me
Fuck
Same.
Apple products.
Yes, sir.
Right. They can buy me. They can stamp it on my fucking forehead. There's enough room.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, son.
Oh, shit. Look at that. That does look dope. God.
I have a little bit more respect for Uche now. I didn't realize he had a Samsung. So.
Motherfucker, you've been known I had a Samsung.
I know. Just like,
yeah, we be talking shit in the chat. You fucking Apple fucking clowns. Battery's dead in 20 minutes. Woke up, got to the bathroom, battery fucking dead.
Whenever Uche's live, he has to choose his words.
Yeah, he had a...
You guys gotta get a quick compliment.
Can't use the gamer words on the Gaming with Geeks podcast. Gaming with Geeks.
Back it back a little bit there.
That'll be the new one. Gaming with Geeks with no gamer words. That'll be the next podcast that we do. DGC for Canadian 7. Goku's Japanese voice is the reason I only watch dubs. Like nails on a chalkboard, that voice is.
Yeah, I've only ever watched Dragon Ball dubbed, so I don't even know what his Japanese voice is.
It's very scratchy.
I've never watched Dragon Ball.
I've heard someone compared him to a Japanese grandma once. It sort of made me actually want it.
Yeah. That's a good one.
How are you supposed to respect that, dude? Isn't Goku supposed to be a fucking badass?
The most badass of badasses, at least in that universe. Possible exception of Vegeta.
Sounds like a grandma. Fuck that. I'm not ever watching that show. Lethal keeps trying to get me into anime. Fuck it.
I sent you one episode of Redo of Healer.
Yeah, I watched it. David Hart for $10. Jeremy, off topic, but do you have a P.O. box or something? Even though we know you haven't read a book, I do have a great indie book I'd like to send you and the other Friday Night Tights dudes. Love you all.
Create an audiobook version.
We do. It's usually in the description, but I can get it
I
for
didn't
you.
put it in the description of this one.
You fucker. I got it. Go ahead.
Triggered Snowflake for 5. Apple is the evil empire, and Samsung is the rebel alliance.
They're both
Ooh,
giant,
no,
super
they're
rich
both
corporations.
They're both evil empires.
That,
Yeah,
like
they both
you could
are.
swap that with Google and like see how much sense that makes.
Shit,
Like,
if
if
you
you're like,
could,
yeah,
like-
Apple's worse. Google, like they're the good guys. Like, okay.
It's like
Look.
Apple versus the Epic. It's like Apple versus
Yeah,
Epic logic.
yeah.
There
It's
are
like you're
no
both
good
fucking
people.
assholes. What are y'all over here talking about?
That
We
was like-
stand for fucking fairness in the market.
Free Fortnite. That was my biggest use of the "let them fight" meme. I'm just like, just
Let
go
them
for
fight.
it.
Yeah,
No,
free-
but Samsung, dude, and not to cut you off, Ryan. Samsung, like their head of their company, is notoriously corrupt. The father, and he passed away last year. His son, who took over the company, is in fucking prison for corruption. Like they are corrupt at Samsung in South Korea, but that's because in South Korea, the conglomerates have all the power. They have the power over the government because they fund like a lot of the government's programs. Samsung actually builds like the tanks that their military has. Samsung builds a lot of their defense inventory. So like the motherfuckers, they be like, yo, we ain't paying taxes. Fuck that. That's how they be like. Well, and we gonna do insider trading. Fuck y'all.
Diego Flores for 5. I asked the esteemed panel a good camera to start recording. I have a rant about expectations and the Pokemon community. That has to be said.
I mean, I you know my long stance on it. Just you can get you a cheap webcam, man, to get started. There's no need. Yeah, there's no need.
To get you a little webcam.
Microphone is where you should invest. More
Yeah,
money
that's
into.
where you need to put your bread in a mic.
I mean, you know, because you don't need to go buying a $700, $800, $900 camera to start.
Hell
just
no.
get you a cheap $75, $100 webcam, and then get you a blue Snowball or a blue Yeti microphone.
Yeah.
That's the way to start right there.
Mhm.
That'll put you after you get a blue Yeti and a webcam. You're probably looking at about $250. You know,
Yep.
300 with
Yeah.
tax.
Yeah,
and you're
that's
set.
entry level. Yeah, entry level.
You're set.
Yeah,
Just use your phone, you
That's
get
still
phone
what I
space.
have.
Yeah.
Fucking it.
I
I got my
I probably
Logitech.
wasted a lot of money on shit that I didn't
you
need
did.
to.
Yeah,
And
you-
if you want to make your picture look better, spend more time focusing on the lighting than the actual
Yeah,
camera.
yeah,
I
itself.
know
Like-
that my lighting's terrible. That's why I can only make videos where I actually look 1080p and aren't fucking blurry as fuck between the hours of like 10 o'clock in the morning and
Yeah,
6
natural
o'clock at
light.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
when
I went and
actually have
bought
natural
two. I
light.
went and bought two LED, two of the like the white LED lights with like the little umbrella shit or whatever over it. And that shit like really made my picture now in my videos is a lot better. And I just got a little 1080p webcam. I got a DSLR that I was like trying to be fucking big dog in it and fucking making these high production fucking super edits that took me fucking like 15 hours just to get. And by the time you get done, you've missed the news. So it's like, fuck,
Yes.
you late.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
and this
that's
shit's
why
been sitting here on my
Mark
desk
stopped
forever.
talking about breaking news because Mark's
That's why I don't
video would
cover
take
news.
longer to upload than the trend would to fucking be
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
'Cause he's
Well-
used 4K, 120 frames per second.
I only record video at 24 frames a second. To be fair to me,
But you got to include clips. You need a 3-second clip of something that has to be 60 FPS in there.
yeah, and I always insist on capturing it myself too. So if I own the game, I'll fire it up and play it for like a couple hours till I get the shot I need.
I know.
It's crazy because I loved doing that when I first started on YouTube. I loved taking my time and just fucking like, dude, you know how proud I was of that fucking what was it, Phantom Menace
That's one?
Origins?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dude, I was so
remember.
proud. I was like, I spent like fucking 9 hours on this shit. Yeah, dude. 6 months later, I was like, fuck, I'm halfway through. Fuck this video. I ain't gonna be able to get it done. It's taking forever. Back to the webcam. Webcam it is. Fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've still got a 1080p Logitech that cost me like $75. I've got the Blue Yeti that's like $180. That's all you need, man. Just get your voice out
That's
there.
it, man.
Mhm.
Yep. Don't
Um,
overthink it. Don't overthink
Don't overthink it. That's right.
Mexican Iron Man for $20, and it's American money. If I prepay and kick in extra money for the next version of Fact Blast, can we add a Mexican taco cart where Jeremy walks by Mexican Iron Man, jumps off cart, and using sour cream and guac cannons helps Hero Jeremy defeat the NPCs?
Jesus.
Oddly specific.
He wrote that down.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, man. Look, we have we have so many ideas and so many people that have reached out about the next video game. There's a lot of opportunities out there. Not to mention just all the other things we have going on. Like we're discussing doing another music video. Like the saga ends. We're doing, so we got a lot of ideas. So keep those ideas coming to us, because you just don't know what we're going to run with. But we've gotten a lot of good feedback. I've had a lot of people reach out to me. And again, if you didn't hear it a few weeks ago on the podcast, if you have any background developing video games, whether that just be from drawing the graphics or scoring in terms of the music, anything like that, reach out to me, Jeremy@geeksandgamers.com. And if you're interested to participate in this project, let us know. But we've had a few people. I've had somebody reach out to me that worked directly on some major titles. It's pretty crazy.
Fabio Fernandez says, I used to be a fan of this channel until it turned mega toxic. Well, you're still here watching, aren't you?
No,
Bitch.
I do. No, I do. I want to apologize to Fabio for in the past. We said a lot of hurtful things, and I do want to apologize to you, because having a small dick, it creates a lot of problems. And I apologize that you can't really have a woman feel your penis, but I would suggest just maybe taping some popsicle sticks around it, and at least it'll give it some type of stiffness for the ladies in your life. Fuck you.
Put a splint on it.
Yeah. There you go.
Hit up Ellen Page.
Can't believe it's not butter.
Yeah, I heard Elliot's getting divorced, so he's available.
He said, "I'm out." Soon as he finished his transition, he said, "I'm out, bitch."
Turns out his wife was a lesbian.
Oh my God, you know what that just reminded me of? That just reminded me of Clayton Bigsby when he asked why leave your wife?
Don't say it, Uche.
20 years of marriage.
Uche.
Part was because she's a lover.
Okay. As long as he's fully said.
Dreary Nitpicker for 5. Uche, Hail Brother, Triggering, Man of Steel, Snyder, Batman v Superman, Martha and Trump, Beep Bop Boop, Triggering over Haha Hail.
What the fuck was that?
What the fuck?
I don't even know.
Sensory data overload.
Things to get you excited, and also to piss you off, and also to get Jeremy pissed off and excited. I think maybe
that's good shit. That's good shit right there.
Yeah, that's funny.
I love it.
Nothing was said about Terminator.
No one actually cares about it. You and Leaf.
What about Terminator? It's the best action movie ever created. Terminator 2. Oh, you was gonna say something?
Yeah, Terminator 1.
Okay.
Terminator 1, I wouldn't call Terminator 1.
What? Terminator 2 is not the best action movie of all time?
I didn't say it wasn't. Well, there's an argument to be made for that, but it's more. We generally don't argue about whether or not Terminator 2 is a great action movie. It's whether or not Terminator 2 is a better movie than Terminator 1.
And it is.
Yes.
Nah, it's not.
Nah, fam.
Oh, you're from Canada. I mean, I can't take that serious anymore. I can't. Nobody from Canada is going to tell me which Terminator movie is better. All right?
Mark is.
Terminator 1's got a tighter script. I'm sorry. It does.
What? Terminator 2 actually had layers, my friend. The father-son relationship between Arnold and John.
And the closed loop doesn't work anymore.
The T-800 actually understanding what it means to be human.
I didn't say it doesn't have anything to it.
From being a murderous monster to being an actual hero, to being an actual figure to be aspired to. The fuck is you talking about, Canadian?
I didn't say it doesn't have any value.
Don't you come in here. This is the U.S. of A, God damn it.
Story of Terminator 1's tighter, man.
Terminator 1 shits on Terminator 2.
Terminator 1 is a perfect. Terminator 1's one of the best time travel stories.
Hey, over there down under.
Yeah, can you hear me there, mate?
Close
Terminator-
your fucking lips.
I'll just
Hey,
one sentence.
you get your fucking
When you
ass
can
back down
send
to
us something
Walmart,
better than
motherfucker.
fucking Crocodile Dundee, then maybe we can talk.
Hey, we gave you Mad
Paul
Max and you
Hogan
fucking
ain't
ruined it.
Got shit.
We gave you Max and you ruined it.
Well, to be fair, George Miller did direct Fury Road, but I
Yeah, he
We
I-
made,
I-
we
Hollywood
made it
Road,
art. We made that
Art.
fucking back road
You
Okay,
bullshit
commercialized,
art.
turned a fucking piece of
We
art
turned
into
that
American
back,
typical
that
trash. man.
backwater, down under desert bullshit into art. You understand
It wasn't
me?
even that. It wasn't even that, man. Fucking watch Fury Road. Fury Road is an abortion of a movie, man. Fury Road does more damage.
Yeah.
to
Nobody
the
cares
Mad
about
Max-
the Australian movie market, okay?
Oh, really? Is that
They
why
got
you
bread
fucking
here.
spend so much
They
money
got
on it?
bread
Huh?
here, son.
All right,
I
good
know
for
the
you
only
guys,
fucking people in the
especially
world
because
that
not
like
like I've
that
got Yellow
trash.
Flash talking shit at me. Okay, Terminator 1, the reason Terminator 1's so good is because it's the only time travel movie almost in existence that actually functions because it's a closed loop.
Oh shit!
The time
He's
travel
about to
always
start.
happens.
Wait,
Here he
that's it.
goes.
Wait a minute. What was that highlighted? The comment?
Yeah, I didn't see it. What did it say?
Jeeves says Ryan's fake beard makes him look like
Yo, that beard is fucking long, dude. I'm impressed.
I don't know about Chewbacca Bomb, but
It's
whatever.
getting Chewbacca-ish at the bottom. Not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
it's getting a little
But I
hairy.
like it. It's a good look.
All right, so
Thank
chat, just T1 or T2. Which one do you prefer? That's all you type. T1 or
They're
T2.
gonna say T2, but like
Yeah, because
You're
it's the
already-
fucking truth.
it's the popular opinion.
All right.
What does the popular opinion mean? That it's more fact than it is fiction, correct?
Oh, okay. So Last Jedi having a 98% critic average means it's a good movie. Then
That's an aggregate system where we know that the actual process of reviewing is tainted because of the money and the perks that companies provide to those people who grade those movies.
There are a lot of T1s. There's
Thank
more
you.
T2s, but there are a lot of T1s.
What?
it's
there
probably
are a
like
lot.
30. It's probably
Heresy.
70, 30
I don't
T2.
know,
Maybe
it's-
maybe a little more.
yeah, 70.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's more T2s. Definitely more T2s.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
there's definitely no. That's
There's a
There's
T0.
T1s in there.
T0. That's a
I
hot
saw
take.
Terminator Genesis in there as well. So.
Where's
Wow.
my Terminator Salvation love at? Where's my Terminator Salvation
I
love?
tried
To be
to. I
fair,
tried
the-
to like that
the-
movie.
the
and I
question-
Good for you.
The question was Terminator 1 or 2. So like the Salvation not being represented.
Good
is,
for you.
Okay, well, we're at that point in the show where every time this argument happens, we have to do the Bill O'Reilly versus Christian Bale. That's just kind of part of the show at this point. So,
Oh, dude. Bill O'Reilly, his fucking live fucking explosion on set is the best.
no,
ever.
dude, but this is
You gotta listen to this one.
this is the
Uche.
best. This is the
Oh,
best
let me
right
hear it.
here.
I'm excited.
Okay, this is the
excited.
best. This is the best thing that's ever happened.
Worlds. Here we go.
Night Heaven says Predator. No one thinks any of the
This is
Predator
it.
movies.
Quiet.
Today,
What the fuck are you?
whatever it is not right on the teleprompter.
All right.
What that is, I've never seen that.
Fucking set, you prick.
Okay, but now I can't read it. There's no words.
What don't you fucking understand?
There's no words there to play us out. What does that mean? To play us out?
Fuck's sake, man, you're amateur. What don't you get about it?
Look at his face.
Are you professional or not?
I don't know what that means to play us out. To end the show?
No! No!
All right, go.
You're unbelievable, man. You're unfucking believable.
Tomorrow, and that is
Ah,
it.
da-da-da-da. Give me a fucking answer!
That's tomorrow, and that's it for us today. And we will leave you with a. We'll do it live.
Fuck it.
Let's go again!
We'll do it live. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live.
Oh, good for you!
This fucking thing sucks.
Yeah, you don't shut up for a second, all right?
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album.
I want to rip his shit off. Motherfucker.
Seriously, man, you and me, we're fucking done.
So good.
Okay.
Hey, that was good. I never heard that mixed together.
So good.
Oh my god. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Fuck it.
So great. That's one of the
Yeah,
greatest
that's like
things ever.
that's like me. Yeah, to be honest.
That's like
with
my
you.
like instant meme when like ever a situation like whenever there's conversation and I feel it's appropriate, I like to use that.
Mexican Army says, can we go back to talking about Fact Blast? We can always talk about Fact Blast. We can always talk about a game that I'm the star of. Okay, I'm always okay with that. But yeah, but Mexican Army Man, I will pass on your ideas over to T-Rev.
That's a good one. Diego Flores for 5. Thank you for the advice. Already purchased the recommendations. Get ready, world, for the rage. Hell yeah. Awesome, man. Looking forward to it. Yellow Flash 2 for 5. Mark has the worst Terminator takes. T2 is timeless. T1 just feels like an 80s movie.
Takes. That's my only take. My only take is that
That's
Terminator
true.
1
It
is a
feels
better
like an
movie.
T1 feels like an 80s movie, which means
So
it
there's a lot of
fucking
good movies
aged
in the
horribly.
80s.
Okay,
whatever.
Mark might have bad takes on Terminator, but he is a great promo man. Mark, do you want to tell everybody about our latest sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends?
In Raid Shadow Legends, you take
Come on.
on.
Come on.
I'm not even going to ironically do a Raid Shadow Legends promo.
and just caress the top of the dog.
All that's going to happen is it's going to get clipped out, and I'm going to lose all credibility as a gaming YouTuber.
just do the evil, the Dr. Evil stroking the back of the dog while you tell us about Raid Shadow Legends.
I'm not going to talk about Raid Shadow Legends. Can't do it. I vowed not to do it.
Raid Shadow
Rob,
Legends.
I'll talk about NordVPN. You want to protect your cybersecurity? But see, the problem with me talking about Raid is like I review video games on here. So if I start talking about how awesome Raid Shadow Legends is, I'm gonna have no credibility at all.
Just read the script.
Dash did
Not doing it.
Dash did a Raid Shadow Legends ad for his channel. It did not go over well. He tried to like
clip? Do you have it?
know.
Does he still have it?
I don't
Take it
know.
down.
I just don't know which video it is.
Man, hey, if they giving a motherfucker money, I'm gonna motherfucking be promoting some shit, some Raid Shadow Legends.
No.
Oh, they'll give you money.
They give a lot of money.
They will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5,000?
You
Okay,
haven't-
I'll do it.
You haven't
Look.
gotten a fucking email from them yet?
I
Fucking
get
email
emails
me
from them
All
every
the
month.
fucking time.
Raid
Raid
Shadow
Shadow
Legends.
Legends.
No.
Uche's
Yeah,
like, fuck, where this
Uche's
fucking
actually
guy at?
pissed now. He's like,
Yeah, I'm like,
where's my gotcha game MMO World of Warcraft ripoff sponsor
fuckers
money?
racist? Am I gonna get one?
I don't know. Talk to Raid
You guys
Shadow
gonna give
Legends.
me a sponsorship or what? You racist? Is that it? I'm about to tweet.
You got to make videos about stuff other than the NFL. Probably they never emailed Sports Wars.
I tried that with the NFL. They just looked at me like,
Yeah. A Tasty Elixir says, I want to donate and send a message, but I don't want to use Super Chat because YouTube gets too much money. Is there a Streamlabs link I can donate at? I'm hiccuping. Sorry. I think we need to get that set up at some
We do
point,
need to
Jeremy.
get that set up, just like
That-
Friday Night
that is
Tights
a
had
good
that set
idea.
up.
You get to keep
So-
all the bread from Streamlabs?
It's like
Yeah,
90,
I-
like 98%.
It's whatever like PayPal's kind of cut is or whatever.
Yeah.
And
But
I've been over here taking out the Streamlabs link before I go live and putting in the YouTube one. Like, fuck,
yeah,
you're doing it wrong. Hustling
That's why,
backwards.
that's why Raid Shadow Legends hasn't contacted you.
I will say that. So there's a couple of things to consider when it comes to that. Number one, yeah, you can support us over on geeksandgamers.com. PayPal is linked to that, but it's Jeremy at geeksandgamers.com is the PayPal. But when you do support a channel, like, I guarantee you that when a channel gets a lot of super chats, like, that helps that channel stay in good graces with YouTube.
Yeah.
That YouTube does not want a channel to go away if they're producing a lot of super chats. So there's different ways you can look at it. But at the end of the day, I have no problem with YouTube having a cut because YouTube offers us a platform that we are able to speak our minds. The infrastructure they've created. Look, we can have problems, and I have my own problems. I've expressed those problems. YouTube has been really good to me when I've had problems, and I've reached out, and there's a lot of work that goes into it. But, you know, you look at the infrastructure they've created, and it's a really good system, and it's hard for that to be recreated. By the way, I don't know if the Geeks of Gamers live or the Geeks of Gamers channel is live, but I know on Odyssey right now, Sports Wars has been mirrored to Odyssey.
It's in the process of being mirrored. It takes a couple days. But,
Okay, so Sports Wars is in the process, Geeks and Gamers is in the process, and my D-Day Cobra channel is already over there. I know Odyssey's working on some live streaming at this point in time. Another quick update I want to give for YouTube is Eric July's strike has been lifted.
Hell yeah.
They just responded to him, and he challenged it, and he got his strike lifted. So shout out to Ripa for getting that lifted.
Yeah,
shout out.
We've had our fair share of strikes. Over here, so it's good for him, man.
And just to be clear, fuck Naughty Dog.
Oh yeah, 100%. The Matt Cave for $10. Terminator Resistance is highly underrated. Beat that game the other night. Not a great game, but they clearly cared about the source material. Fun experience. Love the channel, guys.
I've actually been meaning to play that. I bought it around the time it came out, and I just kept on getting sidetracked by other games. But it looks pretty good.
Nice. Yep. And thank you for the support, Matt Cave. Glad you enjoyed Terminator Resistance. Triggered Snowflake for 5. T1 and T2, apples and oranges, like Alien and Aliens.
Yeah, that's a fair argument.
That's a very fair argument. That's a very fair argument. Because I know a lot of people like.
Well, I mean, like I still think that Terminator 1 has the tighter script, but they are very different types of movies. Which is why when you were saying, bringing up Terminator 2 as an action movie, I was like, nah, that's not really my stance. I don't think Terminator 1 is a better action movie than Terminator 2. I think
Terminator 1 is more horror, more of a suspense horror.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Jury Nitpicker for $5. Jury Nitpicker is Jewish and says, as a Jew, you should use me in your upcoming video game. Jesus Christ. I could do your taxes or circumcise the SJW.
I'm out.
It doesn't pay well. The tips are great. So thank you, Jury Nitpicker. Arya Akram for $5. I don't understand how a group of friends just shooting the shit is considered to be toxic. Anyway, you guys are great. From Switzerland with love. Appreciate it, Arya. We appreciate the super chat. That's kind of how we feel. It's how normal people operate.
Yeah, I saw someone was asking when's the next Twitch stream. That'll be Sunday. Sunday, 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. And so every Sunday. And then we do a lot more too. I'm actually going to work on getting a oh God. Is that why Uche left?
Take that shit off the screen.
Tom Brady happens to be in the chat right after David Kiefer sends Uche needs to do a Tom Brady promo for money.
You know what?
Fuck Tom Brady.
Oh,
there you go. That's the promo right there.
Spicy.
Here we go. Yeah, here we go. I got one we can play real quick.
And Black and White News for $5. Ryan, you should be happy. Baby Yoda will no longer appear in my videos. To hell with the Mandalorian and woke Disney now. From John Matrix. Shout out John. Shout out to John and Rhodes over there in Black and White doing awesome stuff. And yeah, that's right. That's fucking right. He's finally gone. I tried to tell y'all.
Here we go.
What is this?
This is a great edit that Lethal and Lyndon put together.
Mario Kart.
Here, Uche. Uche will come in here bitching about Tom Brady.
Fuck Tom Brady, motherfucker. Fuck him.
He'll never go with that. Tom Brady's responsible for keeping him out of a Super Bowl.
Fuck that motherfucker.
That shit keeps him up. Like, man, I could be an analyst on ESPN. Introduces Super Bowl champ.
How the Walls theory. Ask Gina.
Later on in the stream, Uche was like, "Motherfuckers know I'm a millionaire, right?" he was like, "I've been to the playoffs. Fuck y'all."
He's like, you know, I played for like 7 years in the NFL, right? And then he's like, no, forget that. You know, I'm a millionaire. All right, we're all caught up on super chats. We are going to send you someplace before we leave, just so you guys know. But before we do, what have y'all been playing this week, Jeremy?
I have been playing a lot this week. I will be playing Super Mario 3D World and plus Bowser's Fury because I love this game, at least from the Wii U. And Bowser's Fury is like it's like an expansion of the game. And I hear it feels a lot like Odyssey, but we're going to play this for premium members. So I'm looking forward to that. Myself, Ryan, Krista will get somebody. We'll probably have a few other people that'll join us. It's a 4-player max, but probably rotate some people in, but we'll be doing that for premium membership. So I'm looking forward to that, but I haven't been playing a lot of games this week. I mean, obviously I'll throw Call of Duty on if I have a few minutes, but I haven't really been doing a lot this week. It's been a pretty busy week. A lot been going on, but looking forward to this week in some Super Mario 3D World.
Oh yeah. Lethal, Mass Effect. What have you been playing?
Near Automata. Holy fuck, that game is amazing. I played the first one back in the day on Xbox 360, and I skipped this one when it came out like 3 years ago. And all my friends told me how good it was, and I'm finally getting around to it. And holy shit, it is so good. But it's also Valentine's Day over here, so I hope everyone gets laid today.
Nice.
There you go. Speaking of games, yes, Lethal. Mark the Cyborg.
I played a fair amount of Quake at the beginning of the week just to like snag footage for that video that is now finished, and I don't know when exactly it's going up, but it will be going up, I assume, soon. And then I started working on Neo 2, which is very difficult. I finished the first Neo game, but I don't think I remembered exactly how to play it. And going from the end of Neo 1, when I had all sorts of like skills unlocked and spells and all sorts of crazy shit, to like level 1 of Neo 2 was pretty tough. But I'm 2 bosses in so far. So yeah, it's good though. Solid game.
There you go. Uche, what have you been playing?
Surprisingly, and I'm pretty sure that many people won't expect this, but I've been playing an awful lot of PGA Tour 2K21. Find it rather relaxing, actually.
You know what? I feel you on that, dude.
Fun game. It's a fun game, and you can. I actually, I didn't think I would enjoy playing a golf game by like just playing through the career mode.
That's the best
but
I'm
actually enjoying the hell out of playing in the career mode rather than playing online. So.
Winning major championships in PGA Tour games is awesome.
Oh yeah, dude, it's fucking gratifying.
No, it is playing golf games is really relaxing. It really is. Like it's a way just to kind of zone out of all the bullshit going on. And I love the PGA games.
Yep. I like it too. Tiger Woods, PGA Tour 2005, probably. I think for GameCube or maybe 2003. I played the absolute living fuck out of that. It was incredible. They had a really cool, like, you had to keep beating all these different characters to unlock certain things.
We should play. Can you play like head to head online on these? Like match play?
I'm sure
you and Uche and whoever else. We should do this shit for Sports Wars just for the hell of it.
I don't know if it worked well for Sports Wars, but we could definitely do it somewhere.
Yeah, or I mean, we do it on Geeks and Gamers Twitch or whatever. Like that would be fun, man. Just a laid back stream where we're just kind of playing golf together, talking shit, and having fun.
Let's smoke some cigars while we're doing it. But that is going to be all for us this week. We do have a park hopping stream going on though, so I'm going to put the link in the chat to park hopping. That's going on right now. Jay, Tugs, and Ivan are over there talking about some kind of Nintendo shit and probably Disney Universal. I don't know what's going on. Park hopping though. If you like theme parks, go check them out and show them some love. Does JoJo have anything to say?
Yeah. I'm glad Ivan's on. So that's awesome. We got Ivan on there, Tugs, Jay, and good to have the team all rocking and rolling over there. So go check out them, raid them, and let them know how much you appreciate them.
That's right. Does JoJo have anything to say before we end, Mark?
JoJo doesn't have much to say usually. JoJo, you gonna growl? Growl for the mic? No, she's quiet.
A tasty elixir with $10 before we end. I recommend you guys check out Mobile Suit Gundam. It's packed with stories, lore, and action like Star Wars, but with the brutal and unforgiving nature of Warhammer 40K. Grumpla kits are fun to build too.
Gunpla.
Gundam completely replaced Star Wars for me, like completely.
What's Mobile Suit Gundam? What is it?
Mobile Suit Gundam. That's the show.
An anime. Okay.
It's fucking awesome.
Where can I find it?
I can send it to you.
All right. Well,
I've been trying to get you to watch this for ages, man. It's my new Star Wars. Fuck Star Wars.
There you go. All right.
Gundam's still an anime blind spot for me too. I don't really know much about it.
It's awesome.
Thanks for hanging out, guys. A huge crowd today. So many super chats, so much support. You guys are incredible. We will talk to you next time. Shout out Uche for coming on. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Premium, geeksandgamers.com. Go over there, sign up, support us. Our app is in development, and we have a lot of things in the works. This Thursday, we're playing Among Us, and Gary from Nerdrotic will be joining us along with the rest of the Geeks and Gamers team. We're going to be there. May have more guests. I don't know. I've got a lot of guests lined up for future premium content. So many people that I interact with that we're trying to work out to get them on in the future. So support us over there. It's a minimum of $10 a month. You can give more, We left that option open. We didn't want to put tiers on the website. So $10 a month minimum, support us over there. You get email notifications. We have a Discord for our premium members. We have a Facebook group that helps with the notifications until the app is done. A lot of good stuff in the works. So see you guys over there.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We'll talk to you next time. Peace.
Peace out, everybody.
Hooroo.